but both are going to be scrapping for every inch, and it starts here on Sunset, a map that Fnatic are forced to play.
All steady for now. PRX nice and grouped up. Contact plays. They're hoping that they can grab an unaware player. Fnatic all playing A for retake though.
It's a confident start, taking this kind of risk.
You
You could well run into somebody holding a one and done, but they're relying on the fact that Fnatic love to play for retake in these situations.
Yeah, so much util saved for PRX. They're going to get themselves into the post here, but bodies are already starting to get over towards that A site. Fnatic. 5 plays here, double flank occurring. Something has to be the stopping player in motion, and already trying to take a fight straight through spawn. Nade sailing up and overhead through main though, and these players getting squeezed. Crashes. It's already drawn blood. Fnatic are going to be hoping that it's the first of many, but it's a slow orb as well, just to slow the approach. At least for now, it's tepid, cautious, being played. Fnatic know that they have plenty of time to work with here. There's a time to potentially missed again. It's being jumped upon. Alpha here from the side, sticking all the way. Crashes. There's no stopping him. Fnatic lay claim to the opening pistol.
A slow siege upon the A site there from both teams, actually. Fnatic back into the retake. Managed to navigate all of that post-plant util. And the squeeze really came down onto something. He had to hold 2 players off on the flank and then got caught by that recon. Crashes with a very important round.
Nice! Come on, man! Come on! Bring me the pistol!
And the Viper Orb set up there for the retake as well from Chronicle, just allowing Fnatic to be able to get back in. A nice idea from PRX. I think you can see both teams have a good understanding.
Revealing area.
And here, looking like there might potentially be a crunch play in B. Boaster's got a paranoia he could go for.
Cycling through the util. Chronicle's hunting for heads. Not going to find too much, but PRX are not far behind. Rattling a few shots of their own here. Good time to talk about, I think, some of the expectations for players, I think, so far. But Fnatic are stacked with storylines, talent. It's all there. Plenty of players looking to get their hands on that trophy, lift it. Add another one to the tally, perhaps, for some of them. Chronicle, one of our most storied players of all time.
And Althea as well, who's making a run towards MVP at this event. I think might be the first contact against these eco players. He's able to challenge a bit more aggressively.
It's a paranoia to try and set him up. Aggression called for, looking to try and crunch these PRX players in their place. The Alpha's taking liberties. This is a guy that has been let loose, unleashed. An MVP candidate. Of course, he can take these risks with just a pistol in hand. He's not going to be offering up any sort of guns here.
30 seconds left. Spike
Death by 1,000
A.
cuts. PRX are feeling right now.
And another really solid hold on. PRX not doing anything too crazy just yet. We know that this is a team that can turn up the tempo massively, but early on here on Sunset, playing for all maximization, playing to slowly contact into areas and try to figure out what this Fnatic defense looks like. The more you contact, the more important people like Althea and his utility become. And Crashies, the drone, the recon, Alpha's trips and cam. And this round, expecting a B pop, Boaster's got the troops positioned to defend on B. 4 players stacked from Fnatic.
All stacked up. Crashies, the lone defender towards A, full confidence in the retake, and Kayak gone wandering, lurking up through mid. He's going to be getting a lot of information.
This is a really nice timing, and PRX, one of the only things they do wrong is clearing these kind of spots.
Slight miss shot.
Poison's off.
Good information, though, for the attackers, and Crashies.
Crashies!
What a shot!
What a challenge to take.
He might think, though, that that's the only lurk player. It's difficult to expect the other 4 stacked up behind, but Kayak has read it.
And here comes the pincer, here comes the crunch! Kayak instantly domes 2. PRX are left reeling on their buy round. Fnatic maintaining discipline. It's composure that sailed them all the way through here. The rifles, it's going to have to be raw heroics to see if he can stand a chance in this one. PRX none the wiser. Lurks on lurks. Alpha here dropping Divine and a spike in their laps. It's inevitable at this point.
Jing's got an impossible task ahead of him, a 1v4 stuck in elbow. Even if he tried to save, it's not going to work. 30 seconds, Spike abandoned. Fnatic can put the squeeze on. They'd love to get another rifle on board and deny it away from PRX.
What percentage?
He can't even get one. What a beautiful round from Fnatic, Brennan. A couple of strategic things as well for this EMEA team looking strong early. One of which is Kayak is feeling confident enough to go for that kind of play in round 3. This is a rookie player coming in, having just won Ascension. He's played fantastically inside EMEA in stage 1. But to be able to do that in your first global event, in your first grand finals, that is confident. That's what you need. And the other part too is they're stressing the flank. PRX don't have us. I think are going to be coming into a game like this with heavy ideas and strategy and ways of anti-stratting and breaking down what PRX have got in store for them. Especially on maps they knew were coming early, like here on Sunset.
The Outlaws could thrive in this setting. See players on half armor, the dart immediately dealt with. Kayak is safe.
Never a worry, never a doubt that that recon was going to get broken. Crashy's always had that, leaving Kayak to hold onto the smoke. Forsaken.
Yes, risky business, but again, risks have to be taken when you're down like this. PRX want to increase the tempo, increase the heat. Taking control out towards market already. Stray shots, no damage. They need a couple more where that comes from. And now putting in the crunch.
Spike down B.
And they crumble towards it, but there's rifles in the hands of Chronicle, and he's taking this one aboard. Spotted still, it's just that 1-for-1. Chronicle managed to get Pac-Man out of there.
Alfie, going to have to be a hero here, coming back through market. PRX have done a great job of getting back into this round. Put a serious squeeze on the Boaster, he just couldn't hold up to the pressure.
Trying to do some damage towards the end of this one. Alfie has left it down to the 1v1. Forsaken! Alpha just dominates it!
Huge kill off screen as well. The Turkish aim comes through and saves Fnatic in a situation where things got sticky. Light weaponry only stingers out for PRX, but they're still down 0 and 4. Interesting moment in that. Boaster threw a counter paranoia to try to keep players back in market. Pac-Man just ran through, just kept running forwards. Living and breathing by the W Gaming, and it did put Boaster and Crashies in a tough spot that Alpha had to recover.
Come on, let's go.
A 4-0 lead, and now Kayak has the funds to be able to bring out the op. He is alone, though, on the A site here. Take a look at this guy. Doesn't really have the most support in the world. Crashies is going to come to get his back like he did in B main early, but PRX have the util to push him off.
Wall in your face too, and he hears it. Footsteps around, trying to take that one into the up angle, but there's a rocket in your face. You turned into pink mist in a moment's notice here. Crashies, he's stuck, isolated, skipping, hopping, trying to survive. Boaster.
If Jing had thrown a nade in there, then surely he would have been dead, but
Crashes
instead
forward.
focusing on taking the site.
Crashes forward, he's already taken the timing against them, and he's trying to take it forwards. Fast and loose is the play. Wall into the back of the site, though. It's all being contained in that flank again. Drone close, no coverage, and Cyberboaster's there to respond. Pac-Man only expecting the one. He's already jumped away. Boaster and Alpha going to be left to do it all. Finally, Alpha reveals his hand. Look at the wrist, the hat goes out. It's going to be good information. Hammered up. Start rebounding. The time is going to start ticking soon enough. PRX is still a bit more disciplined. Looking to try and play this one together now. First target down. Boaster's gone, and Alpha is next. So PRX, they do show up and they get that round on the board, a critical one at that.
A little bit of a late awakening here on the stage, but nice to see the PRX have got what it takes when there's ults on the board. Slight mechanical error there for Kayak at the very beginning. Had a shot actually on the Devi. I think he caught it dead to rights, but just got off the angle at the wrong moment. Chose to scope back up, and that cost him his life.
Dude,
now
so
Kayak's,
easy, come on.
Now Kayak's going to have to play with his Neon ultimate. Already invested pretty heavily economically in the previous round. And now PRX going into the Cypher setup.
Dart tucked around, it's an instant drone, and walking, wading out through mid. Pac-Man looking to contain it. He's missed the timing on it though. These players have already slipped straight past. Kayak.
He's going to hear
some
stuff.
damage. Oh, surely hears it, yes. Tip-tap of the footsteps, and he buys his time, buys it well. Here's the ult to buy, shuts him down, but up through mid. It's Pac-Man. Straight up the gut, instant res as well. It's going to be undoing that damage.
And a
little bit earlier.
massive gap in mid here, Brent. Forsaken Through completely. Pac-Man as well. They've cut a swat straight through the middle of this Fnatic defense. Just rotating through, and Chronicles left to pick up the pieces and wonder what the hell happened to this defense macro. PRX were all gathered up towards A, and yet still found that perfect timing. And this is really going to hurt or start to put the hurt on the Fnatic eco too.
Something in Chronicle, shoulder to shoulder, he spots out the barrel, so handed a freebie.
But just going for the save here. PRX got good value out of that res. Divide online early, able to undo all of the good work that Kayak had done with his tiles push. And again, I just want to stress how much Fnatic are going for these mid pushes and these flanks. They're really trying to abuse. Feels like the biggest part of their anti-strat so far is trying to abuse the fact that PRX do not have that Cypher in their composition. Push down, try to get the flanks going for the A retake. Something that Boaster loves to do when we've seen him call in the past on maps like Haven, for example, against these Sentinel-less comps. But this time just missed that timing on Pac-Man. And I think it can be tough to play against PRX sometimes because they do take unorthodox timings. They're willing to take a bit more risk. And so back-to-back rounds. That shot too, instantly denying the Neon ultimate. Creating space for the res.
Too easy, man. Too easy, guys, come on.
Alpha also had all of his Cypher utility on the A site that round. And once again, he's going to put it all down on B, so not using any of it for top mid information, except for this cam, which is going to be able to see feet as you walk up mid. But if Alpha's not tapping it regularly, then Pac-Man could still find a timing.
A real switch up as well from the game plan of PRX.
No, they're really focused on this A pressure, trying to get big value out of Pac-Man's utility, even if it's not actually Pac-Man who's there taking the space.
Drone, PRX trying to hide their intent.
Very slow so far on the attack side for PRX too, isn't it? Really trying to mess with expectations.
Oh, the dart doesn't clear. Kai was sat nice and pretty. Pac-Man none the wiser, thought he caught a timing there. Paranoia is going to be sweeping forward, It's going to be blinding up Alpha. Nade rebounding, we'll have to respect it. Market control, PRX is for now, and you see that Hunter's Fury as soon as there's signs of life. That's from afar, crashes. We're going to supplement it, trying to put a stop to this one, but PRX, they're denying that momentum they've got. This train is not stopping, not here, not now.
They barrel through, unconventional pathing there for PRX. Didn't send anyone through B main, and Fnatic were left wondering. As the wall came down over towards Boba, slicing off the defenders on site. Chronicle didn't know which way to look. Very much an adaptation here for PRX in terms of how they're approaching this one. The game plan coming from Alex, maybe even coming from Mini too. Remember that former Fnatic head coach is now doing assistant coaching for this squad. But the game plan appears to be slower and more deathball-y. They're not trying to split. They're just trying to stay together and take out Fnatic piece by piece on rounds like this. If they haven't had the success over towards Elbow, then working through Market and up to Boba was wondrous there. This is now 3 rounds in a row for PRX. Trying out a really unconventional, slow pace to their game. And at any point here, they can turn up the tempo and it's going to catch Fnatic off guard.
That's the thing with PRX though. In reaching new heights and evolution for this team now.
One enemy
A little bit more of that nuance that's available to them, the slower play, working the map on their attack sides.
And I think they time out, that's one of the best opportunities for you. It is going to be a bit of a half-buy round for Fnatic. Kayak with a Glass Cannon Guardian, a Stinger, and a Sheriff around the place. So maybe PRX will play with patience in this one and turn up the tempo for the next. Early B main, though, is already a little bit different.
Yeah. Spread out. Control, one away from some big ults as well. Jing. Looking forward to that showstopper. Contact play scored for again. It's just poking out. Now spotted here with a snake bite rebounding. Ricochet and Chronicle looking to try and slow them down. Our bodies behind this one. It's a delayed hit. Jutting smoke. You got to be careful of this one. Alpha inside it, trying to sidestep straight towards it. Something just dismisses him. And Jing already taken up that timing. Slips into the gap and finding his mark. Boaster has to operate at a bit of run and gun. Backside control is still there for Fnatic.
Spike planted.
Plan down now for PRX.
One enemy remaining.
And PRX are not stopping. They're not content with just the front. They want the entirety of this map.
Really good adjustment there as well. Alpha, a little unfortunate, does hit the 140 with the Phantom. You see there the aim punch on something. And Alpha moves away thinking that he's already got the kill. His crosshair resetting onto the next target before even confirming that something had hit the deck. And after a 0-4 beginning to this map, it feels like PRX, the vibes are back.
Yeah.
They've tied up the game, and going into this, Kayak once more picking up the operator, and still a slow beginning actually for PRX. Really not trying to challenge early on. It's been more about contacting. And then the question becomes, who's actually holding the contact for Fnatic? Because often they're playing really passive lines. And here you just see Boaster jiggling and Kayak holding elbow.
Operator in hand, one of the best tools for the job, but seeing signs alive. Jing, that's his cue to go. Sending it ricocheting against the wall. That's no damage done to Boaster. He's eager to draw that blood. Just trying to wrangle control of the rifle. Kayak's been overwhelmed. PRX crack open the A site. Crack heads while they're at it. Jing, not content with just a few. Device steals them right from his sight line.
A huge round, and the defense collapses again from Fnatic. Kayak had to hit that shot. He put himself on such an aggressive angle. A really deep position that you see this Neon dive from in elbow. And if he doesn't hit the shot, then he can't escape. Neon's got great maneuverability, but you've got to get the first in order to avoid getting traded. A Boaster fell shortly afterwards with that scramble in the smoke. Chronicle once more not really able to have too much impact in his 5th grand final appearance. Thus far, PRX have been avoiding him mostly. A couple of times now that we've seen him save, and Divide back up to another res, by the way. So got his 2nd available, and that's just a really nice tool for being able to deal with those early skirmishes if PRX play as a pack. I think it'd be fair to call them the fan favorites.
Oh, yeah. All smiles here.
That's why I was saying yesterday, I really feel like Fnatic are going to be the villains of this story. They've set themselves up as the barrier between PRX and the trophy that's always one step out of reach. You have to go through a team that's managed to do it back-to-back. But at the moment, PRX have picked themselves up after a bad start and have been pretty much flawless since then.
The early timeout has worked wonders.
Kayak once more getting into this deep position, willing to take a bit of a gamble here, tucked himself down behind this box in mid. Last time, didn't find too much value from it.
Deep pushes are everywhere on the map. Fnatic. This Boaster's out through A main, down through mid. Getting a good idea now. This is going to be landing over towards B. Chronicle tucked to the corner. He's going to be feeling that heat, takes the peak. Dealing with these players out towards the extremities, but not through bottom mid. Instant res. Forsaken brought back into the fold. Crashes. Just can't control that Guardian in time. Something. Feeling that heat, and that stun does good connection. Kayak. Trying to make some moves. Alpha dominates market. This putting a bit of fear now into the step of PRX, forced to plan towards the back of the site.
Spike planted.
But playing together, Forsaken and Divine need to come up with a plan here for dealing with things. Suddenly, though, they split apart, trying to get on either side of the Neon wall. So Kayak may be the target. Feels like PRX need to take the fight into one of these guys on Fnatic.
Sitting ducks right now. Alpha, low enough. Shot to the dome, though, will do him in. Kayak. He's got to do it in a 1v2. Biding his time in through the smoke, waiting for something to fade. Eventually there. Barrow sticking out, though, and a 3-2-1 face from PRX. Ransom that 2-round lead.
Even when things are looking tricky, they've got a game plan, they've got the right micro calls. And that honestly was quite passive too from Kayak towards the end. I'd like to see him get back into that more confident way, although what he was doing in the mid-round was nice to be able to crack open B main. Alpha wins one hugely important duel against Jing, but couldn't overcome Divide. who's
This
took the
guy is looking
scoreboard,
for me
10 and
every
5.
time,
Similar setup. PRX not changing things up. Do they expect Kayak is going to be tagged? Jink! Just adjust the aim. Crashes. Does trade. But now the heat and the pressure is going to be turned up onto Alpha. He steps forwards. A bit of spam coming his way. That's a Hunter's Fury into the back of the site. Alpha trying to capitalize off this chaos. Moving forward, sidestepping. Crashes!
Spike down
Indomitable
A.
from this spot.
Drops Divide, drops the spike, manages to sidestep the Hunter's Fury in the meantime too, but they know where Alpha is, and it's tough to really support him.
Trying to clear him out. Rifle in hand. Trying to lead the march forwards, and the spike potentially retrievable, but Fnatic have eyes on it.
Yeah, Boaster's done a great job here actually of getting, he's beefed the movement there. Was just trying to get on top of the box. He was in a spot where he could support Crashies, and now there's a dangerous timing until this wall breaks, but it looks like it's just about to expire, and he's been saved for that. 3v3, and Forsaken with an Omen ult means that this spike isn't really in enemy territory at all.
Part of the reason why Chronicle hasn't rotated. Picks it up,
30
slow it down.
seconds left.
PRX only have 30 seconds to work with here.
And what a call. He's calling to go back into the same site, trying to fake out the idea he would have left.
20 left. Boaster, watchful eye smoke dissipates, but too many targets. Too much to deal with. Crashies. It's all on him. Tries to buy time, but a bullet to the dome and a bullet to the temple. Chronicles left in that 1v2.
This situation, though, finally winnable for Chronicle, an opportunity for impact.
Looking for an easy fight first. The first Mo spots it out. Snake bite. No rebound necessary, but doesn't really connect. Something sits it down. Viper's picked. Thought about, committed. Let loose entirely. And the bullets are raining down on him now. Time ticking away. Spraying away. Chronicles hoping, praying. Hoping that PRX will give him absolutely anything to reload and run forward. Forsaken knocks him out.
7 rounds in a row for PRX here. Fnatic just making too many mistakes on the defense side. Kayak kind of whiffs a little bit in this opener, doesn't land a single bullet on Jing. And then Boaster chooses the worst time to drop from high ground to low ground. As this smoke dissipates, he's choosing to walk forwards. Not accurate to hold that smoke as it leaves the PRX players in the open. Small errors and a massive comeback in this half from PRX.
Well, it's all the way back off the side of that timeout.
Forsaken as well, picking up an attack op. He's got the money to just go for a rifle afterwards. Just watching mid. And a little pacier perhaps, going for a B-pop here.
Yeah, Fnatic hard, disrespecting though. Deep push out towards A main, so they've got the information, they know what's up.
Jing, one away from a showstopper, but choosing not really to go heavily prioritizing it. Instead, looking to try to clear the flank. They know this has been happening.
Game of timings. Kayak drifted in and out. It's Batman who falls. Something is next. Fnatic,
Down mid.
full control towards it. There's a paranoia in your faces, and they're going to be disengaging.
Best opportunity for Fnatic to snag around since the first 4.
Leaving PRX to stew.
And PRX thought it was a mid push, realized it wasn't, so now they're exploring mid themselves.
In the shoulder. Forsaken, that is a ballsy TP. A wide off angle played.
Could be on Kayak here. Could be on Kayak over towards A. You see Jing is making his way towards it, but all 3 players on
30
PRX
seconds
trying to make
left.
their own individual timing play.
Forsaken is caught one. Can they catch the next? Crashes! Topples! The caught access towards it, but still, it's B main control for Fnatic. It should be in a good spot for it. Site needs to be cleared out here. In through the back of the site, it's going to be that plant.
10 seconds left.
Watchful eye onto a lot of it as the curtain drops. So does Alpha. Rocket to your feet, you cannot stop this team. When PRX get going, there's no denying them. A Kayak will try everything, but 8-4 is where we leave it.
The train took a little while to get going here on Sunset, but then it just plowed through Fnatic. A 3v5 that they turn around with a brilliant lurk play. Again, a great idea of what to do, a great call on it, found the perfect timing. Forsaken looks amazing here. He's even overtaken Divide.
Unreal scenes so far.
A great team. They've got deep in a lot of tournaments, but winning has eluded them. And you gotta hope that they don't choke another, I think.
Yeah.
At the moment, though, set up in a great position on a map they should have been favored on.
A lot of running around occurring. PRX are stacking A towards the 4 players. Early setup, creeping and crawling forwards. Chronicle has to be the player to receive. It's an off-angle for him. Damage! Done and more! Chronicle and Alpha, I mean, they just put those players in their backpack.
Toxins going up.
Something's going to try to recover this one. Actually might have caught a timing back around the backs, but scurried away. Chronicle and Alpha live to fight another day. Alpha even going re-exploring.
Yeah, he's going to have to take down Flight. It's not clean. Only stretch of imagination. Something dropped down to 10 health as a result of it.
Standing ahead.
All needs to be broken now. Clearing away. That doesn't clear most of it, though. This is an impossible scenario for Fnatic. A pistol round in their sights. Already control. Tripled up. In through the back of the site. Main is theirs from Kron.
Last player standing.
Lurking into the fray. Patman is the last one left now to stand against this. What can he really do, the rookie? Not a lot. Revealed up. It's a classic right-click, simple enough.
So both pistols in this map going the way of Fnatic, but really very few rifle rounds. I mean, one, if you could even call the bonus round that in the first half, going the way of the EMEA team.
Did I kill you?
So we'll see if that trend continues. Fnatic got a great start out, and they just couldn't convert any further. But PRX, that same gap that Fnatic were trying to exploit in the first half by sending flanks, pushing mid, that gap does still exist here on their defense side, that lack of information. For example, in this round, how open market is.
Poison toxin screen down.
Deep control. PRX just disrespected him, really. Flush at a nade, trying to earn up some ults.
The slower that Fnatic play, the more that PRX are going to be worried about those gaps. And it means that PRX themselves have to be pretty proactive in the defense.
Poison's off.
If you play against PRX and you just hit sites over and over, you make their job very easy here. Because they don't have to worry about the lurk, they can just play for the retake. But when you play slow, the way that Boaster calls, there's going to be worries in the back of Forsaken's mind. And they'll have to take timings like this to re-clear mid and then spread back out.
Deploying drone.
One of that 3-2-1 swing. Now getting me there, at least with the due diligence. Clearing out the way. This is PRX looking to try and flood their way back in. They've only got pistols. Trying to make the most of it right now, but again, bodies topple and fall. Complete collapse onto the site. Patman, yeah, not live for much longer. 2 now. And this half here for Fnatic, looking to see if they can convert this bonus. It's going to be a healthy one.
And PRX are going to play to try to flood. They love playing quickly. As you put the spike down, they're going to be running back into sight, trying to deny you. Very coordinated with their utility as well, but fast-paced. So far in this
We are
tournament,
holding this A, bro. We are defending now, again, on side.
yeah, they're not even going to have the chance to get into post plants very often and play these really calm, controlled post plant setups. It's going to be frantic. They're going to feel like defenders, just as Kron said.
Fnatic are getting a glimpse into mid. Jump spots. Info gathered.
Looking to diligently clear these corners, waiting to see if any of the PRX players have tried to take a tricky aggro timing.
It's a deeper wall from Patman. It's causing some concern, but cleared out now by Fnatic.
A Device wall is really good at blocking these gaps. So he's popped it down over towards A right now, and nobody from Fnatic choosing to break it, which means in theory, the defenders can back out of A and go to cover a different gap. But they're waiting here, expecting Boaster to be a good enough caller to want to break this wall.
And they're poking, prodding, just trying to bring it down. It's going to be fading at a moment's notice, and while that was occurring, something was the only player holding top mid. He's gone. Kai takes him out. Forsaken responds. Paranoia is going to be sweeping forwards as well, putting a bit of pause into the step of Fnatic. Slow as they go. Time to be taken. Crashes the one with a spike here, and he's going to be dropping it into Forsaken's lap. Full control here. This is the round that's gone a bit skewed with Fnatic. They need a miracle, they need it now. The random spam. It's been picked up, but Jing is straight there. Bullet to the body of Alpha. There's not much left that they can really do from this spot. PRX up to 9.
And Forsaken does such a great job holding market, forcing Fnatic to pay for every inch they take in blood. Even though something falls, Forsaken is not willing to give this up. Even with a drone in his face, he chooses to challenge, to fight.
One enemy remaining.
And then catches even a timing on
Don't mess with
crashes.
me, bro! Don't mess with me, okay?
And that kind of conditioning is going to cause Fnatic to use more utility, be more cautious, always doubling up. Forsaken steps forward again. Oh, he's been caught on the other side of the wall.
Yep, it's going to be dropping down in front of him, and Alpha just drops him in instead.
That's rough. He was trying to break the cam there and still get back into market in time. That's a fumble.
Deep dart to clear this way. Ball's going to be propped up. We can expect it to still be slow and steady by Fnatic.
And this time, PRX do what I was talking about, where they wall up and leave. But they're pushing the other side of the map, getting Patman in a pretty deep inserted position in B.
It's looking like a B split. Boaster has that B main control for him. A very important fight going to be occurring on both sides. Here's something. Just drifts right into the crosshair play. Smart! Jing! Like a rocket man, but the bodies are toppled anyway. Fnatic find the advantage in the edge. Just left to Patman. Scrambling, running right into the sights. Chronicle.
You love to see plays like that from PRX, leaning on some of the classic odd timings of aggression. But Fnatic dealt with it. Maybe this is the kind of pace that they're more comfortable playing against. They were very ready for that peak from something. It's super similar to what Forsaken went for in the previous round, trying to timing the drone. And then as much as Jing got value from that peak, Fnatic come out on top. Another good start to a half. But that didn't stop PRX from coming back and getting 8 in a row.
Go get him.
PRX are just clearing out A right now, allowing something to build up a little closer to the Hunter's Fury, which is an incredibly useful ultimate, especially when you want to play that flood defense style. Puts a lot of pressure on the planter. In this round, Boaster's calling for his team to explore over towards B. And Patman, he's been trying to challenge this. Once more, they do not want to give any space for free. Fnatic are going to have to fight to get into these post plants.
Wall down, barely broken. Not quite there yet, that's going to be signs of life. So okay, Jing wants to go forwards. It's an eco round. Rocket rebounds, no kill. Alpha taking Jing out of the fight. A lot of the biting around that PRX were hoping for. It's going to be dissipating now. Deep drone as well to reclear some of that info, but it's called for Fnatic. They're going to go over towards B. Forsaken and Patman. The only defenders, the only players to try and put a stop to it. Kayak.
30 seconds left.
It's going to be offloading that ultimate now. Overdrive in hand. Trying to put a stop to Patman, and there's only so much you can do. There's a neon AD in your
Player
face.
standing.
Inevitable at this point here. Trying to go for the trade out. Alpha's there in time.
And Alpha, yeah, is the hero of the round. Takes a pretty large risk in stepping forwards to the showstopper, but catches a nice timing onto Jing. Catches him in the side, utilizes his ultimate, and they realize there is a huge gap in the defense all the way up mid into Market and Boba. And they catch these players on the B side, separating them entirely from those defenders that would love to rotate and support. Here's the time their mid-rounding defense and their info game. So is he going to play for the wall early and then in the mid-round get posted up with the op, or does he try to take early angles and ignore the fact that his wall could be finding them good value in the mid?
Wall in his face for now. We find towards the top. Sakam taken out and a double face!
Destroyed!
Oh my, obliterated.
And so now you've got no op, no wall, no res. One of your most important players hits the deck so early.
PRX are left wandering out into the open, but Alpha. Good pick. Best that they could potentially find.
He might have even seen 2 on the minimap there as he died, because it looked like something and Patman were doubled up.
So PRX have brought it even, 4 versus 4 now, and another 3-2-1 into the space! Kayak! That's disgusting work.
That's beautiful. The neon movement as well, to just glide away from the trade. He's sharp, confident, and starting this hit into the B site.
Yeah,
PRX, I mean, they don't even have the tools, the funds here to contest, frankly.
They've scrambled away. Might look to try and save some of the guns, operator perhaps, but they're drifting in like they want to try and take a chunk out of Fnatic.
They've got 4 players that aren't going to be able to buy in the next round.
Unwise. I think they've realized it.
One of the players could go for something. If they'd found a lurk, if they'd found a pick. But Patman, he picks up the operator and they just play for it into the next round. 2 opportunities for PRX to be trying to find an early pick through mid. One with the op and one with the double face, and both dismantled. Really sharp shooting here from Fnatic.
They're going to be drawing it level with that one. 9-9 for Fnatic. That experience, that grit.
You talk about drawing in, though. Look at the net drawing in on these players trying to save.
They got to save them. Forsaken steadily being overwhelmed at this point. Like this Gaps are going to try and run him down to the final moments. No respite. No saving.
And no
consolation prizes. And yeah, no money. Like you said, Josh, this is now a dire circumstance.
God, what a shot.
That's beautiful.
Barely sees a glimmer.
Healer kill.
And then the Kayak 1v2 afterwards is spectacular as well. Something doesn't get much of a chance there.
I helped you, bro.
Scanning ahead.
PRX are willing to take the risks on rounds like this, and it's Forsaken who goes straight down with the...
Already the deep TP, but he's surrounded potentially there, and it's just offset immediately. Patman going down. Clears up a series of unknowns. Fnatic can start to slowly get a grip on what's going on.
They Viper walled for mid, so that Forsaken could push, but that meant that Patman didn't have his own Viper wall in B main that he's been playing around.
Forsaken still stanced up, but okay, can't avoid that one. Kayak is sharp right now.
Fnatic are doing a great job of dealing with all of this defensive pressure. And like I've been saying over and over again, PRX have to do this. It might look like PRX are just kind of walking into their demise, but their composition relies on them getting active on defense. They can't just sit back. And Fnatic are not giving them an easy game here. They are not hitting sights and execing until the very final moments. And by that point, PRX have already given them a pick.
Applying that even pressure across the board, something, re-exploring. To head ripped off, but immediately again, the answer back's there. Market is open and accessed here for Fnatic. Something's being squeezed.
You know where both of these players are, though. Boaster's just calling for a full rotate over towards A. Something got a kill, Divide threw out a slow orb, Divide even getting picked over towards Boba. And they've got a great idea of where something is.
Yeah, and time
It's a
whittled
4v1.
down.
10 seconds left.
No real opportunity here for something. Maybe feeling like he has to do it all.
Spike planted.
Spike planted on A. This is a dire circumstance for PRX.
Forsaken only has 800 credits too. So this is just a slam dunk save. Something's entirely on the wrong side of the map with no information, and I don't think he's going to keep a weapon. Alpha spins 90 degrees, decapitates something. Fnatic take the lead back. It's been a while since we were able to say that.
Yeah, that string and run of rounds that PRX earned in that first half. Offset now, Fnatic. There is no denying that resilience. They've showed it all tournament long.
One enemy remaining.
There's only a few teams in the history of VCT that have completed a lower bracket run. They would love to add their name to that list.
One of those legendary lower bracket runs, FPX at Masters Copenhagen denying PRX the trophy when PRX came through that upper bracket. The first time that PRX ever had a chance at a trophy. Another slow beginning from Fnatic, never allowing PRX an easy round.
Cautious tail that they're weaving across the map.
A drone up over the top, trying to get a little bit of information, but doesn't see Alpha yet, tucked behind the pillar. And they might want to go for that same 3-2-1 mid re-clear. Even Divide coming to try to help it out.
Come towards it, broken up towards the top. There's fights to be taken, but Battle lines redrawn and lurking up onto the angle. Patman deletes Boaster.
That's
Start
big.
for PRX, and they put the wall up as well to reinforce towards Market. Watch the lie up towards it, but Alpha! My God, that's instinctual.
Beautiful timing, but Device there with the res.
Hunter's Fury though to try and punish, and this is getting hot and heavy. Brought all the way towards him. There's no tags from Crashies, no clearance. Forsaken ducked right underneath it. There's that orb's propped up. It's a full spam committal to the clip, but already the timing forwards, that near sight just catches onto Kayak. Won't deny him that kill though. He's having to put Forsaken in his place and now taking control of the site. In the blink of an eye, there's only 15 seconds left. Slow orb, stun rattling the nade, ricocheting, Kayak being chipped down, and PRX. They do drag it level.
So tough for Fnatic to be able to get the spike down in that situation. Not only was the time against them, but something still had the Hunter's Fury in the back pocket too. Boaster going for the fake there and just completely whiffing the teleport. Mechanical error. Seen a couple of them today from a few players.
Enemy remaining.
I think that showcases the nerves that can hit even the most experienced people when it comes to the grand finals. The game level though, and PRX with a really critical one to win in that prior. They still have massive ultimates that if they can run the time down are going to be super important. That shock dart is supposed to break a trip. And the lineup just off.
Rattling. Handshake with the bullets. Forsaken. Forced to respect it when the Viper orbs up. Drop down with a double face through the box. No damage done.
Forsaken though is always going to be re-challenging. He's super aggressive.
Trying to take that fight, and he has put the rookie in his place. Kayak. There's no more. Chronicle going for a little bit more. Again, these smokes causing issues.
Forsaken just cannot be dug out of these spots. He was doing the same thing over towards Market to win PRX around previously. Look how much Fnatic are struggling to be able to even get information over here. They're droning in towards B, trying to pull defensive rotates. Boaster might be the playmaker up mid.
Yeah.
But Forsaken is here again.
Moved in, drops down though.
Whiffy!
It is Whiffy. No control over the rifle in that
30
spot.
seconds
Something
left.
puts a stop to it in a 3v5 scenario. Fnatic still looking to see if they can test towards that A side. Jing propped up. Missed the timing onto the cross. Barely alive there. Just shredded back and forth with the bullets. Fnatic have access towards it, but Hunter's Fury is let loose to try and deny the plant. He's giving them hot feet. Crashies up for mid. But there's the connection they were looking for. And PRX take back control of momentum of this map.
Two crucially important rounds here towards the tail end, where it looked like Fnatic had properly clawed their way back in. And I think so much of it is down to Forsaken. The space on the map that Fnatic want to try to take, it's impossible. Forsaken is everywhere.
Enemy remaining.
He should be respecting utility. Most players would. They wouldn't be willing to take this level of risk, but Forsaken is, and he's constantly re-challenging, trying to get back on the angle, playing on the very edge of the risk that he can take, but not getting punished for it. And he's just making all of this map control feel impossible for Boaster's calling. That's why Boaster had to make that play up mid in the prior. Once again, it is only Forsaken defending this spot over towards A. And yet they'll have a hard task going through him.
He's not keen to give it up.
They do have a camera that they can pop that should be able to get a tag and push him off potentially.
Scanning ahead.
Yuto's going to be sent flying forwards though to TP. Evacuation back to the side. Paranoia. And the dart up and over towards the top. There's a smoke to play in. Forsaken. He's safe for now. Responds with the rocket. Forsaken. Just sidestepping all of them.
Deploying drone. Enemy mark.
And reinforcements have arrived. PRX trying to hotly contest most of this space here, but they have given up all of B in the process. And now a mad scurry and a dash. Fnatic making moves over towards the opposite side.
They've got enough time. You can see PRX doing a re-clear at the moment, and that has informed this rotate for Forsaken. He gets down in the anchor spot again. He is everywhere. He is everything. And Fnatic look like they've given up on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, is Boaster waiting to maybe teleport in if Crashies had managed to open up the site. This just looks like a pure save.
No time left. It's whittled
seconds
down. And
look-
PRX.
Look at the impact, Brent, again that Forsaken had here. He was impossible to get through. They had to use a cam, a recon, huge amounts of info. The Neon ultimate as well to push him back. And all that happened was he teleported back and played inside of his own smoke. Used the paranoia, got 2 kills, and then teleported to the other side and made them save through sheer aura. The anchor play is phenomenal from this guy so far.
Insane confidence. And all smiles. A little bit concerning.
Yeah, I was saying, he is pretty rock solid. It's difficult to watch him put a foot wrong.
One round away from that first stepping stone the PRX are looking for. Deep hold again. This is aggression though by Fnatic. Hold up. Bit of spam into the box. And instantly calling for the retreat.
Looking to try to put the pressure on early, maybe anticipating that that's where Forsaken was going to be playing. And the cam up above the pit, not going to spot Patman.
Gaminy's timing something. Ooh, he's going to be handed that surely. A fight to be taken. A lot of damage on the crashes. The stun ricochets perfectly in place. And Divide topples. Something trying to fill up those gaps though. Straight from behind, Spike dropped down. Smoke up, Bakai's ahead of it. It's all down to something in that 1v2.
He knows the Boaster's going to play for the
boy.
ultimate. He knows that he doesn't need to defend the spike. And so something's now found a much earlier timing into market.
Ahead of it now. Here's the plan. This is the best timing for it. He can isolate a fight. 1v1 Alpha! Safe pair of hands.
He saves Fnatic. That could have been an unreal play from something. He's been struggling to hold on to these gaps in the map. He's got a really difficult job trying to hold on to mid. And here Divide gets overwhelmed by a stun, and something caught up, has to turn, pivot in a moment and catch his Chronicle. Almost made the magic happen. But still Fnatic, with that grit, push us to the final round of regulation. Can they give overtime in map 1?
So paranoia forwards already. PRX. Very fast play indeed.
That's it.
And the Warlock. None the bloody wiser. It's a bloodbath in towards the bottom section. And Palmer now looking to try and put a stop to any of it. No more funny business. PRX. They want this first stepping stone and they want it bad.
The perfect time to pull out a set play like that. Leaves Chronicle and Crashies in a tough 2v4. Boxed in on site. PRX, this first map feels just an inch away.
Viper's pit offloaded. A blight onto the site that's given them that safety net. Fnatic trying to play through, but immediately it falls. And PRX take out #1.
Serious chance of picking up another one of those trophies. In this half, be expecting PRX to be contesting space. Think about the way that they made it difficult for Fnatic to get room on their attack side. I mean, this, for example, a triple face, super committed from PRX. Hoping maybe just to find Alpha, yeah, taking a timing. He's normally going to be the solo player on A if the rest of the team is working B. But Fnatic are just trying to figure out which part of the map PRX are playing for. Where are they fighting? And this is a silent way of fighting.
Yeah.
Here.
Slow siege. Tripled up.
Here they
Hoping
come.
that someone springs this trap, and they have. Alpha catches wind of it.
And immediately this PRX triple face evaporates, dissolves, leaving only Forsaken and Jing. And even Jing actually leaving the A site entirely, ready for the reaction of Fnatic into B.
God, that spike, and they're just seeing it as well. Crashies is trying to take that timing forwards. Divide shuts it down before it gets a little bit messy here. Site
30
control
seconds
still a little bit all over the place, and there's a timing. Timing here, Boaster! Can't get the shots lined up, can't get it in order. PRX are walking all over them right now.
A nice pistol round, the first one for PRX in the series. They didn't need either of them on Sunset. It was a tight one. But they managed to get it over the line. This idea works perfectly against the way the Fnatic are going to be taking these slow-paced fights. You set up to punish people as they're contacting in.
No more.
The Fnatic coach is not too happy with how that one's gone, but know that things are still winnable even without a pistol. And Fnatic start out in a pretty similar way. Forsaken grabs the ult orb over towards A. There's a smoke up on Belt that stops you from being able to contest this angle early. And on B, Batman trying to hold a pretty aggressive position and punish you if you try to take B main for free.
And they go wandering. Oh boy, punished for it! Tavai is rolling heads off shoulders. Backup is right there by his side. Clean sweep.
Can't be getting 3 from that position with only a Sheriff. That's ridiculous. Halfway up almost to getting his lockdown online. What a shot, the first one. Barely see anything of Boaster's head. And another demonstration that PRX are going to take fights. Plenty of players in that spot would see many people in mid and just back up. Allow the turret to be broken and worry about Kitchen instead. No, PRX are going to contest that space and force you to earn it. Something with an op online in round 3. Something walking up with the op in round 3.
Want to be held here off angle. Could be shots rattled, and yeah, one to the dome. Something is the one. Dropped in his place, Boaster. Calling for a pause on the rest of the troops, no more exploration.
It's a massively important kill, but Boaster's got to know that there's another player behind that.
Deploying drone.
Drone being used by Fnatic. Clears out a lot of the site. Jing, though, is laying in wait. Time to strike might be nigh. There's a wall up onto the one side of it. Slow up, rattled. Walls up, though. Time to fight! They're just trying to tip-tap. Guardian in hand. Can't settle the recall enough here. Wall's going to be dropping down. Open access to these fights. Tavai is still here, still kicking. The snakebite not connecting. Forsaken trying to assist the best he can, but as util used to clear him out in spades. Fnatic.
No charges left.
Slowly, it's a glacial pace. Patman trying to stop this one in its tracks, though. Snakebite.
30 seconds left.
Ricocheting, forces an uncomfortable planting spot. It's a 2v2 still. PRX, access towards it, drifting in. Kayak! Goddamn single digits. Him and Patman trying to take this one. Patman snaps to Kayak's dome. One left to start. Patman lights him up.
What a beast in the clutch this newcomer to PRX is. He's won some mightily important 1vx's. And here dismisses the rookie on the other side of the stage before taking down a player with a ton of experience too. The Red Bull clutch to win the bonus in a spot where it looked like Fnatic actually were in control. But the more that they went forward to try to get the plant down, the more they opened up opportunities. Boaster, he opens, but couldn't close. Alex is happy about that one. The more flood defend aggressive style really is working here for PRX. Fnatic are finding it difficult.
Big drone, it's broken early. Crashies was just looking to clear that space. They know that something has been taking liberties.
I think it was a shock dart there as well that did a pretty large chunk of damage.
Oh yeah, cancelled it.
Alpha's going to try to work his way up to you, but it's difficult. Devi's got his full setup here.
Paranoia trying to refight this one. A crunching Fnatic. Slow take. Stopped in his tracks once more. Forsaken. Pushing them back and away. PRX are not content with just scraps. They want to go even further. Forwards again. Damage. Kayak!
I got the spike.
Might have just brought this one back from the brink. His weapons abound, but 8 HP to do it all. And Devi not eager to lose that chance.
Another spot where Kayak probably isn't anticipating Devi swinging. Most people are going to play a 2v1, a lot more cautious than that. But PRX are finding the right timings today to put pressure on Fnatic in unexpected ways. These are the risks, the gambles that PRX have taken and honestly have in some previous tournaments been punished for. But this time, today, It is really working. Fnatic's coach is already deciding to take a tactical timeout. We are going for peaks at unexpected times. You've got to be ready for anything against PRX. And what's frustrating in this tournament, I would imagine, is that it's at quite different timings compared to usual. Here's an adjustment. Snake bite.
Ooh.
And a shot and a half there to delete Jing.
Snaps up. Jing is gone.
So they've denied Forsaken getting that Hunter's Fury online and found themselves in a 5v4. Couldn't ask for a better beginning for Fnatic.
Push, that's a cheeky one, Patman. I don't want to overstay yourself though. Drones forward, something's going for another bite of the apple! And he evens the score.
I don't think that's too bad though for Fnatic. They do still have a res to be able to work around with. They're droning. Boaster's taking a little bit of space in mid. This is a risk.
Yeah, and he's pre-aiming the wrong spot here. Just spotted it. Something seen it. Out through the shoulder. Dart against it. Bit of spam expecting the Boaster would cross out, and he's got out. He's got free. Alpha exploring on the other side. Device done. The spike in the hands of Chronicle. It's going to be a quick plant now.
Yeah, that's huge. Fnatic were anticipating that PRX would be denying the res, and so B would be more open. Instead, Devi was holding it and got deleted. Still a player advantage for Fnatic in the post plan.
An ADS stub, Alpha yet, top form. Really trying to drag that first round on the board here for Fnatic. Brute force and mechanics. Exactly what they ordered. Forsaken's still going to be making a go at this one though. Alongside Patman, time though ticking, Spike. It's getting out of hands and pushed forwards, pressed the advantage. Alpha yeah! Smelling blood in the water.
If he gets online, could be a very different game. I mean, he still played fantastically in the first map, don't get me wrong. But we've seen matches that Fnatic have been playing, honestly, not just at this tournament, but at the end of stage 1 too, where he just took over.
One enemy.
In my opinion, probably front runner for MVP at this point, Alpha, yeah, but competing alongside Jing, maybe even Forsaken for that kind of title. They'll need him though. PRX still up 4-1.
Few ults online, Fnatic. Another bit of util, gotta respect that.
Yeah, that constant conditioning of taking the ult orb early is just forcing some level of utility to be used for Fnatic. This round, they decide not to use the snake bite, but have to use a slow orb instead.
Patman, here's a drone. Side steps out of it, looking to take a timing rather than breaking it.
Yeah, he wants to play this aggressive. Again, think about the way that Forsaken, for example, was playing on Sunset. You want to force Fnatic to earn every inch.
All up, all down. Boaster sees an advantage and a spot to try and play in, but the first shot just missed. On either side here, smoke up in your face. And PRX re-exploring.
A completely empty here, Brent. PRX have got the right read to play it for retake.
Down 3 mid, that's a dash active. Kayak wants to try and go with it. Updraft over towards it. Alpha, my God, tapping away and snap into the domes of any adversary.
It's remarkable the consistency that he's got. Had to deal there with a player in a pretty unexpected position at bottom tube.
Left.
Forced a 1v1 and came out the better end of it. Something's in a fairly unwinnable position. And again, Alpha, yeah, goes hunting at the end. He is thirsty. Got his lockdown online. So overall, as well on both sides to try to deal with it, so the Killjoys are not in a perfect position to be able to get value out of their ults. But this has knocked PRX's economy back after just 2 rounds. And the plays that they're going for, getting shut down. This one,
No more.
not necessarily set up, but a
enemy
pretty
remains.
reasonable timing for Divide to go for. Trying to take an unexpected peek, knowing that was probably a 1v1, but just gets sat in his place by the Turkish aim god.
Discuss what has been going wrong.
And I think, really, the type of fights that they've been going for, there's still a decent chance of success in these spots. But it's about getting Fnatic in situations and timings that they're not quite anticipating.
Well, quick dash though, this is Fnatic.
Way
AC,
faster.
way faster. No one from PRX to really receive. They might be able to get a few pot shots in potentially. Swinging wide as I say that, Devi. around the corner already, but he's looking for that open sight line. Not going to be given too much. The spots the one, even that repeat. Rattling shots on. Updraft now, knives in hand. Something going to clear the way and cleave. A path to victory. Kayak gone. Cut out the picture now. Swarms. The nano swarms themselves. Lockdown even being committed. PRX are using this ult on ults. They realize it's winnable. Up towards the top though. Boaster needs to be managed. Bullet to the side. Sheriff's there and he needs to try and break this one. No, Bullet surely is just there. And one detainment on it. Something sticking. Ult just yanked out of the back pocket. Anything to secure this round for Fnatic now. And they need it. Something trying to play his life to the final moments. The right click to no avail.
And a round win for Fnatic, though a costly one on an anti-eco. Having to use some pretty large ultimates there. But a lockdown utilized on both sides. Definitely felt winnable when something came in over the top. I can understand why PRX would want to send it.
Enemy spotted. A.
They did, in fact, manage to break the lockdown coming through from Alpha.
Enemy remaining.
Unfortunately, weaponry just not quite good enough and not enough people caught in Devi's lockdown. This round, though, Forsaken, the end result of all of that, has that ult to empower the rest of his team to flood defend, and something with an op.
Deep push by Jing as well.
His op was amazing earlier on in the tournament. We got to see him pull it out on Ascent, and he was working magic with it.
I have the spike.
I get his chance again, but hard to tell where Fnatic are looking to lead and end.
They're throwing down a slow orb over towards A, making it feel perhaps like they're taking early A control, and then Boaster leading them back towards B with three, sorry. Making sure that they're grouped up, able to trade out Patman if he goes for something wild.
Spotting Alpha. Just him even going for a bit of a fight towards Taken. I mean, he's lucky to be alive there.
That's so bold.
Top it up onto the box. And the read is only coming in just now. PRX realizing potentially a little bit late. Scattered bodies, but are going to hit the wall now. Realize that they've missed their mark, potentially. Snap towards the top. Patman's still alive here. Something from the side. And Alpha wants to try and slink in himself. There's 28 seconds left, and they're getting cold feet. They're going to go towards A. It's all on Alpha.
Alpha's found a beautiful timing here. Might be able to catch something in the back, and he's already calling for Boaster to make the rotate around.
Absolutely, and he bites his time perfectly. Just deleting adversaries now. There's 14 seconds left. You've got to get a move on.
He's going to be able to get spiked down here, though, Boaster.
He's going forwards. There's a TP back behind as well, obfuscating the intent. Jing could really just put a stop to all of this right now, but Alpha in through mid, traded out, cleaned up. One left onto the site. Boaster is to try and put a stop to it, and the reflank as well occurring. Crashies drifting all the way in, and backs towards him. They are none the wiser as I say that. Device shuts me up. And it's left down to Boaster, being squeezed onto the site. Devi and Jing tightening the net, spamming away, and they find their mark.
What awareness there from Devi towards the end. Crashy's knife out, trying to find the timing, almost perfect. And Devi just thinks to check behind for a moment towards screens. They haven't seen the Sova in a while. Look at that play, though, from Patman. Working his way forwards again, aggressively challenging as the plank goes down. Always forcing Fnatic to work for it. And inside the pit, great coordination from Devi. And Forsaken, I think it was, towards the end. Just closing the net. Op back in the hands, something going aggro.
Yeah, straight down mid, but there's knives to meet him. Kayak is there, holding for the peak, the barrel, just poking out. Seems to be aware of the chance.
Has he spotted it?
I don't know. With the angles being played, he's definitely holding for it. He suspects it. Something going to overstep.
An inch further forward, and Kayak for sure would see it.
Oh,
there
snap.
gives away the hand.
Yeah. Just from the jump spot there, and an attempt at a punish. Updraft. No committal. Alpha is right there.
That's an insane adjustment from Alpha here as well. Devi tries to swing into cover and gets deleted.
He's trying to plug up those gaps, but up through kitchen they are none the wiser again. It's Kayak. Drifted in, walking in. Dash is active, missed the timing. Caught it onto all of them! Kayak!
The patience in that moment.
Tears open the map. Fnatic,
Player standing.
they realize they've got it at this point. Again, leaning hard on Alpha and Kayak to get it all done.
That's incredibly impressive, though. A reminder once more that this is Kayak's first global event. This is his first grand finals. It hasn't been that long since he won Ascension and started playing in the big leagues.
The money's not good. Something not long for this world at this point. Up put over towards the top. Kayak, tasty little three-piece.
That's some unbelievable composure for a rookie player, though. That's the kind of timing that you would only expect somebody with a huge amount of experience to be able to pull off. And Jing just has no clue about that. It is a little rough when you watch it back from his POV. But the trigger discipline.
What?
Panic from Patman. And they've let things slip a little bit here. PRX down onto another eco, and Fnatic with a great opportunity to tie it up. Alpha even going for an attack off. You know that in these kind of rounds, PRX are going to be trying to challenge you. Trying to bait out that aggression from the defenders and punish is all about what Fnatic are going for here today.
Jing really being the only player that can do some damage in this spot. Bulldog gripped in his hands. He's got bodies with him too. PRX trying to hold this one down.
There was a potential for a timing on the other side of the map as well, but Patman denied it as Alfia reconnects with the rest of the squad. This is going to end A into 3 at least.
Yeah.
The stack is here.
See how this one goes. Darts being held as well for the signs of life. There's smokes on smokes. Propped up into the face, but all contact. Slow and steady is called for by Fnatic, and that's the time to strike. Well, the iron is hot, and they find their timing. Perched up, Kayak. Just dishing it all out now with the bullets.
Jing tucked in. Patman deleted on the flank.
There's not much that Jing can really do from this spot. I mean, surely, yeah, just a Bulldog. Can't quite get it under control, and Kayak is the one online now. Take a look at this player. You said it, Josh. You would not expect this guy to be a rookie on this stage. But Icebox is his playground. It has been all tournament long.
Now you look at the two players that have been at the top of the scoreboard for Fnatic today. It's the same in map 1 and map 2. Alpha and Kayak finding their opportunities to be the playmakers as well. Opening up these rounds. From the entry and from the lurk. A reminder that Alfia brought an attack off into the previous round and he still got it here. So looking to try to shut down something if he was playing on A rafters. A pacey opening as well though. Taking this exec space quickly. Trying to punish Divide, for example, if he was going to be playing for the Orb, or Patman as well.
Jing has been prone for a little TP play or two. Alpha, slow as you go. Big boomstick in his hands. He's been lights out. All up though to try and slow this approach. PRX trying to stall this one out, but there's a drone through, and Kayak is already
he's so
popping
aggro
up towards the top, and he's spotted it. Players, but he's taking bullets in the process. Tucked to the corner. If he's going to be able to survive as a wall to try and at least block some of the bullets. Forsaken grabs himself too, crashes right back at it, but no coverage in through the back of the side. Jing, no time for overheating, son. Keep that gun out. 17 bullets.
Alpha just with an op.
Alpha would have to just absolutely light them up, but it's a guessing game for him. PRX at least keep hold of this lead that they've had, at least for most of this map.
These are the timings I'm talking about though, Brent. You watch Crash's POV here towards the replay. He throws out a recon dart, which means that Chronicles alone get in the plant. He does an amazing job of picking up Divine and Forsaken, but he then thinks he has a timing to send utility, and he's not ready for Jing's fight. PRX take timings that are just slightly off, and they do catch teams napping.
This is gonna be fun.
Can Fnatic tie things up at 6-6, or are PRX going to have the lead off the back of winning that pistol early?
Op v op. Kayak. Jones going to be spotting it. Clears something off the line. Patman. Looking to clear, but yeah, repost it back up. What a read by Fnatic.
Now that is gorgeous.
Hunter's Fury pulled out. Jing, he's in their spawn. He's already taken out Alpha yet. This is PRX offloading everything at their disposal now. Lockdown, drop down. But a plant down without any problems. Fnatic going to be retreating. Crashes in a prime spot.
In theory, Chronicle could actually go for this res in mid.
Smokes up in their face. Kayak barely forwards there. Divide, will he look to the side? There's a res in mid. Bringing these players back, but the Paranoia is already sweeping forwards. PRX, they take that timing and they take it themselves. Striking straight at them. And Fnatic have to rely all on Crash. He's up from the high ground, half on the defuse. Forsaken. Surely he's earned this now, but he's in that 1v2. And Crashes dominates from the high ground.
Crashy, so much experience in these big moments. The last hope for North America in this tournament, and he comes through huge for Fnatic there with his positioning on site. PRX knew that the rest of the players from Fnatic were stuck in mid, and he had to do everything from that high ground angle.
What a run back from Fnatic. They bring it to 6-6. One hell of a map.
Always denying, never allowing PRX any space. That's the Pacific style. Fnatic don't really play like that, so we're going to get a really different game here. In theory, PRX should actually have a ton of room to be able to get onto these sites.
PRX just walking for now.
This has been their style in all of the pistols on their attack side so far. Very contacty.
And the smokes, they hide the intent pretty well. Drifting up through window, a couple of random bullets as well. Fnatic are trying to reinforce this one, they're doubling it up. It's Boaster and Crashies against the bloody world, and they're ready to deliver. Crashies already with quick 2-1s, and now, just around ideas. All gone a bit skew whiff, really. Fnatic are in complete control.
Jing's smoke gave the game away there. A brilliant read from Fnatic. They knew exactly what was happening. Felt a little too similar perhaps to what's been happening on Sunset as well. All of those contacty plays around the map. Relying on the fact that Fnatic like playing deeper, more cautious positions. This time, Fnatic choose to draw a line in the sand at Kitchen.
Guys, like that confident. Go like that confident. If they're coming to you, run to them, bro. Just chill these noobs, bro.
It's a good point.
It's interesting that Alpha says that, because that is his way of playing, but it's not the way that Fnatic themselves usually fight. Be interesting to see if his words of wisdom carry through. Boaster, though, backing off instead of stepping up. Yeah. Looking to try to play the numbers and play the retake. More of the classic Fnatic style.
Following those sound cues, looking to potentially take some early fights. Kayak. Shot to the body, Marshall will do that. There's no armor on the board here. Trying to go for that plant down. And if to push this one back, not quite, it's going down. Slowly being collapsed upon here. PRX don't really stand a chance. Just from the hip. Something classic does some damage, but that's about it.
A pretty clean round. Boaster and Alpha, they didn't even invest, so they've got plenty of opportunity here to have a good buy heading into their bonus round. But Fnatic are going to be doing a lot of this, where they're trying to react to what PRX are doing around the map. Trying to stack bodies and get in position to go for that retake. Kayak, though, is contesting as the plant goes down there. You know, Fnatic might have a bit of an adjustment. We've got to hear it from Alpha.
One enemy remaining.
But it will be very interesting if Fnatic decides to take the fight to PRX. Kayak picking up an operator. That's come out of the Boaster bank.
Okay.
It's a good job we're not doing the econ report now, I suppose, at the end of this one. But yeah, Boaster, always the selfless leader.
Kayak trying to post himself up. Well, the supports, and wow, something. Eager to try and take down fight. Kayak makes him regret it.
Here.
Shoulders just poking out here. This is Fnatic.
Cover going out.
Pick advantage. Precisely the place they love to be in.
Jing's down to go really aggressive with this Omen. I've seen him teleport onto screens before. Ult into crazy spots. In a playmaking situation like this, down 4v5, you're wanting Jing to step up.
Hunter's Fury pulled out of it. That's early. Crashes been earning his kills and his orbs up through mid. Another lurk happening. Jing is gone. Patman had to delete that turret, and Alfier's right there behind him, avenging poor Timmy. Devi and Forsaken, you might have got this plant down. But how the hell are you going to dig yourself out of this one? Mistakes need to be made, and Fnatic not in the habit of making them often here. The dart against the back, all is revealed, and Forsaken can't do it all.
Fnatic overall in this tournament are playing about 2/3 of their rounds for retakes, but you see here, they're not all even 5v5 retakes. Finding picks as the attackers work their way in,
Destroyed.
both from the operator and from the ultimates, applying that pressure and creating an easier retake for themselves. An almost impossible situation for those final two that were left alive. And I think they've got to be better at dealing with getting onto the line to fight Kayak's op. That was a pretty lazy way of trying to get onto that angle. One dart that didn't even land towards back yellow, and something swings at the same time.
Aggro here with a slow orb just to try and deny that belt space.
Both teams fighting for belt space and the ult orb.
Pacman, hold on, walk about, Sheriff in hand, he just can't quite control it. Alpha here, lucky to be alive from that spot, but still claims the kill.
Definitely would have been a punish on a rifle round.
Now regrouping up, Fnatic have got bodies ready to receive. They can fully aware of this one and how it's going to be landing, but that's a sideways swing. Sets up Devi perfectly.
Placing swarm grenade.
Stinger in hand. Plant can now go down here. They brought us to a 4v4. Close quarters weaponry. PRX are going to be looking to try and take this fight towards Fnatic. Oh, playing offside for it. Fnatic still grouped towards screens. The rifles looking to try and dissuade any chance of PRX getting away with that funny business. Grouped up together with the discipline. Chronicle, lights out from him.
So dependable, so reliable. Very good reasons why he's the winningest player of all time in Valorant. A win here would be utterly incredible for Chronicle's career, but everything has been the whole time. Crashies did not like the way that he took that fight. Shot bullets at 3 separate people that ran past him. Had to bail out of that one early, but got bailed out by the rest of the team. This is now 4 rounds in a row for Fnatic to start the half. It was dead even as we went into the pistol, and now PRX have been going for those mid lurks quite a lot. They put pressure on mid right at the start of the round, and they've had Pacman try to lurk. They haven't been very successful with it. At some point, I wonder whether it puts them off entirely.
Couple of stray shots there, Sheriff in hand. Already trying to dash straight up. An attempt of a punish. PRX are making this one fast and loose, playing it forwards, risks to be had. This is that PRX of old, and just missing the top of nest. They're timing each other. Alpha still active here, trying to drop back as well. He needs some safety, and he needs some backup, but something is the one delivering death. All out to the opposition. There's kills happening all over the bloody place.
Something's got to hold off a double flank, but Jing might be the playmaker over in Snowman.
Still player advantage, not for much longer. There it is, something. He's evened it out 3v3, but for the repeat, all expected. Kayak, 2v3 now.
Jing was just,
Jing
was begging for people to come towards him, and really nobody has. Jing's positioning was cute, but no one's coming his way.
Yeah, and Crashy's brought back into the fold now. This is feeling inevitable. Updraft dash, cute play indeed, isolating the fight. Forsaken trying to make a go of it now, trying to really do the damage. But a bullet to the back, it's all up to Jing, and it's brought it to that 1v1. Smokes v smokes, Boaster sticking, it denied the chance. They brought that one back from an impossibility.
Really beautiful positioning and phenomenal impact from 2 incredible players. What was going on there?
Okay.
Defeated.
Absolutely bizarre. But this play from
Last
Forsaken,
player
again,
standing.
enormous impact, just what Mel was talking about on the desk. He might not be exactly at the top of the scoreboard, but every kill he gets is huge impact. And he set up a 1v1 for Jing to slam dunk.
Stem the bleeding for now.
Kayak on another pretty aggressive position. The drone designed to try to push him off, and he dips, not giving away the fact that he's got the op.
Trying to re-peek it as well. That's a wide face, something. Lucky just evades the bullet.
Does Kayak take Alfia's advice and refight? Or is he looking to play risk-averse and set up the retake with the rest of his team?
No dash available, it would be risky, just trying to take that timing inside that smoke, but the updraft, quick scope, bullets raining down onto him, something though has been dropped. Chopped down at the knees is what it seemed. Chronicle happy to deal out that damage here on site.
Still with a recon.
Kayak.
Kayak's op is fantastic at preempting these spots that PRX want to fight.
He's perfectly posted every single time. The dart is a 180. Patman has got to do a lot from this spot. Jing, again, heroics are called for. That's forward. The positioning, they're looking to try and stunt it, trying to stop it. Knives in hand. PRX drawing blood. But again, that repeat playing into Fnatic's hands. Devi. Chronicle already on the defuse. He's got to start swinging and he's got to do it now. It's all safety. Flave 4 crashies, watching for that peak.
These rounds are going to be tilting Alex in the coaching booth, I think. It's just not good enough for PRX. Look, and in the replay, how often they're fighting one by one. Forsaken on his own. That was a bit of a double fight together, but here Patman swings with Devi having no real support. PRX need to be coming up with ideas of how they want to fight together, or what timings they want to take together in the post plan. Because Fnatic are essentially just waiting.
Yeah.
They're not even really scaling on the retake, they're just holding. Knowing that PRX are going to run into them more.
It's a large reveal. PRX are all grouped up.
Well, they've got a massive ultimate advantage in this round, Brent. So if there was a round to try to do something quick and hit them hard, hit them fast, it would be this one.
Fnatic are just giving them all that space again, like you said.
Post-plant lockdown would be crazy good from Devi too.
Updraft over with the knives. Looking for a target, looking for a sight line. Util just comes out swinging, rebounding. Finally, Forsaken can commit. PRX do have ult to their own.
Yeah, my eyes immediately go to Devi, wondering when he's going to try to use this.
There it is. Smoke's dropped down. This is Fnatic trying to make a go. Lockdown's there. Already in. This is Fnatic trying to make a play for this. Kayak. There's no stopping this guy. Disgusting work, but a lockdown cannot be broken in time. Alviedo found himself a pocket, found himself a window. And Forsaken is going to do it all. Offload him with the ult. It's time ticking, really. That point. Found the kill. Running him down, though. Forsaken will be finished. And Kayak on the fuse.
That's close.
That's so damn close. Oh!
Less than a second on the clock of Fnatic. Perfectly execute a really difficult retake. How on earth do they get that into a 5v3 whilst battling through Devi's lockdown? Not sure what's going through something's head here on this peak. I don't think that's a good one, but this shot is bonkers. A ludicrous one for Kayak to be bringing out. Absolutely jet diffing something. And like I said, it's got to be tilting because I don't think PRX are actually playing these rounds particularly well in the post. Earlier on Sunset, I think you could argue both teams were really bringing a good game, but now PRX letting Icebox slip, and this could be Fnatic equalizing.
Kayak been unbelievable so far with his form. Icebox really is his playground, but he's forced to concede that space. Jing forward, sees it onto the shoulder poster. Gone, Alpha responds. It's traded out, but there's pressure in mid, and Devi still lurking through, but finally spotted out. Players need to deal with him, but it's all chaos thrown into the mix. Forsaken, and Devi. There with a 3-2-1 swing, Chronicle gone, and PRX still alive in this map for now.
When all else fails, rely on the W gaming. That was a really large swing back towards Chaos. Controlled to some degree, sure, there was a double lurk set up, and Jing went for that same play, trying to get deep into Snowman on an unexpected timing. And this time finds a target to be able to work with. But it was Chaos. I mean, this play, Devi just running up tube into Alpha, yeah, he's just hoping he finds that timing and doesn't get punished. One round at a time. Fnatic choosing to go for a half buy here to make sure that their economy doesn't get completely broken.
Kayak swinging and looking to just draw blood out of them. PRX. They are still there though, Devi. Can sense it. Posturing occurring and a deep push and peek by Chronicle. It's already anticipated.
Good awareness from Devi.
Yeah. Expecting it all now.
Crashes with a rifle. Boaster might be able to recover one if he completely repositioned, but at the moment, really isolated over in this snowman spot. Should be PRX being able to pick this one up. 4v2.
Hello.
Tip tap.
Those bullets. Not the weapon of choice for Boaster, obviously. Not cleaned up though either, and that could spell problems. Jing pressing forwards, crashes now. He's got that rifle, needs to make it sing. He's already found himself two. Dart towards the back, needs to be dealt with, but doubled up PRX. Are the ones on top.
Still though, even in that 4v2, PRX players taking risks.
Sentry.
Gonna be giving Alex a heart attack. But now Alex with another opportunity to talk to the team. And honestly, this might be a blessing for PRX. Because despite winning 2 in a row, they don't look super confident right now.
PRX, as you mentioned, it was a critical timeout taken by Fnatic. Good time to insert what's going wrong for them. PRX, Alex will happily take that space, but 3 rounds still stand between them, drawing it to OT.
Jing going for another really deep push.
Forwards, crashes is good. Ajao with a movement still. This is going to be rapid. And Jing's all the way round towards the side. One more TP. Try and get out of dodge there, but committing that paranoia. And Kayak filling in the pieces. Alpha tip tapping with the movement.
That's huge from Patman, being able to pick off the 1v1 fight against Alpha and trade Chronicle.
It's all over the place.
Patman can't reconnect with the rest of his team to really pop down this Viper's Pit on site.
Just tried to adjust, missing on either side.
Planted.
Dropping it down though into that 3v2. Boaster might have just caught eyes onto Patman. Patman tucked up close, but Boaster is wise to it.
He's just trying to delay for as long as possible. Actually, maybe he didn't even...
The high ground!
Oh, what an off angle.
God damn!
I thought for a moment there, maybe he hadn't realized that Boaster had spotted him, but repositioned into a spot that he was going to be favored on. And this round, I think, again, another reason why I was a little bit worried about Fnatic taking that tack pause. Because Jing immediately comes out of it with a really unexpected way of pressuring these players over towards the mid-split. That recon dart that got thrown over the top from Forsaken. Oh, and the timing here as well.
And this operator, it's critical to Fnatic's game plan.
And this sets us up with a strong potential for overtime. The Fnatic economy is in a really bad spot now. And so, one more rifle round before OT. This play, though, I think huge credit given to Patman. Jing's in a pretty horrible spot there. And Patman has to win the battle against Alpha through Tube before he can go and help him. Take a look at the buy, though.
Yeah.
Knives, okay, huge for a Kayak, but 3 stingers to support.
The rifle and a lot of bolts on top of it. Kayak can't even escape.
I mean, that's insane from Jing just running through, but he has full trust in the paranoia.
Oh, it's full aggression. They're not stopping now. The PRX are bold. It wants to rear its head. The leash has been cut and snapped. There's no containing them. Like a pack of rabid velociraptors. Hungry for more.
You get to see the full gamut of PRX here. We started out on Sunset with them playing that slower, more strategic style. And now you get the full W gaming. The last 4 rounds have been really heavily powered by Jing just doing crazy stuff on Omen. And this last round of regulation, at least, Fnatic have got to try to make an adjustment to stop that in its tracks.
And they are all in. Why wouldn't you be? Operator here. Smoke in your face to try and obfuscate. This is the Hunter's Fury that's coming out swinging.
They thought it was another one of those fast hits. Crashies gets the ult baited out as PRX reset.
Conditioning for you. Devi's one away from an ult of his own now. Slower tempo. Even the ult just thrown into it. Jing obfuscating the intent, but bodies are now trying to form up.
That's supposed to draw bodies away from the A site and make it easier for PRX, but there's still a pit here. There's still a lockdown.
Yeah, it's a lockdown for a lockdown here in this spot. Alpha's ready. Puts it up close to the screens. What's the next level to all of this? Hunter's Fury going to be committed. It's going to be breaking that portion of it, and this has to be respected now. Fnatic, they've offloaded everything to try and stay into this round, but the pit's going to be going down, and crashes out into the open.
Boaster beefed it. That pit, you're supposed to get back inside, and he got detained.
And PRX not slowing down. Still that res brings Crashy back into the fold, back into the fray. Watch the lie up through mid. PRX eager though, looking to see if they can topple Fnatic before they stand and get a grip onto this retake. Pressing forwards, shoulder to shoulder discipline. It's helped so far, but Fnatic need it now in spades. Jing, that extra element. Drifted into the side here, doubled up, and the rifles are ringing out.
PRX grab a 5th round in a row to take us into OT. Felt like an inevitability on Sunset, to be honest with you, but here on Icebox, Fnatic take a timeout and it goes straight back in their face. PRX dial up the tempo, something on a high ground. Jing deep in heaven, getting into aggressive positions, unexpected spots. And even though Alpha dealt with the lurk, there were too many threats. The stress on both sides. And again, a reminder that when you look at the map pool, it feels a bit like a must-win for Fnatic. Next one is their permaban.
Scanning ahead.
Smoke on the corner, something. Glass cannon operator. Opted into heavy defensive setup here by PRX. Fnatic again, you're going to see that caution played by them. Tiptoeing around, a bit tepid, but trying to dissect the map. Thrown overhead, spots out the jet.
Yeah, spotting Kayak there gives you some decent information. An idea that it might well be ending A, so you can keep these 4 players, the trust they have in Patman, just to hold down B if their read is wrong. But it's not at all. Forsaken with exactly the right idea of what's happening here. Boaster calling for a little bit more pressure over towards B, and PRX, they want info. They want to step up a little. As Boaster sniffed this out, he's calling for Fnatic to reposition.
Into the B split, perhaps.
And this is going to put Patman's head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And maybe Patman's head on a spike.
Left.
Going to be turning up the heat. 25 seconds left, down to the wire. Patman still has a snakebite to try and deny some space. Shot darts in your face. Walls up, same with the orbs. PRX starting to get a bit of a read on this one here, but again, Patman needs to try and deny. He steps forward, blind as anything. He does not know what's going on. PRX trying to even it out. Kayak with the peak, but the plant needs to go down. With no issues further. Crashies commits. They're getting into the spot now. Fnatic putting a squeeze onto these PRX players. They're going to try and clear this guy out. Kayak, he's done. Finished. Paranoia up top. Jing, the way. Nearsighted Chronicle may be, but this guy will not be denied. Something's still there though, swinging wide. The operator switched around, weaponry now with a rifle. Time starting to tick in a 1v1. Crashies, tepid, approach, and it works best for him.
Again, Crashies comes up in the clutch. What a recovery in a 3v3 situation there. Boaster calling a brilliant slow round. It felt like Forsaken exactly knew what was happening, but the further the time ticked, the more that Boaster realized and sniffed out that stack on A. Chronicle to Legendary in that top nest position. And Fnatic once more have an opportunity to close.
Forwards, Kayak. Trying to fill in their space here. Oh my god, the pure disrespect. The dash is there. Boaster needs to try and stop them here, but he's isolated onto the corner and caught out wide. Kayak's still there though. This guy is eager to just try and play into the mechanics. PRX not stopping. The feed is filled with red and blood being spilt out onto the site. Tricky task indeed for Fnatic.
Last
Walls
player
up and
standing.
everyone is falling slowly but surely. Chronicle, last one left. 5 bullets left and a swing from Divide. All the confidence in the world.
PRX have figured out exactly what is working on these attack sites. It definitely feels like they're the team that's closer to being able to close this out, to be honest with you. Despite the fact that Fnatic had so many map points to be able to work with, this looks like PRX is to lose because their attacks, the fast, aggressive approach is just barreling through Fnatic. Something, again, that pulls out the operator, and Fnatic team up to a maybe insurmountable lead.
Placing swamp grenade.
Fnatic taking his time to recuperate, breathe a little bit. It's a slow orb that could have been thrown out, but Forsaken, no, he's just, I mean, okay, scot-free.
Yeah, he was playing for that pretty heavily in regulation. Less important, arguably, here in overtime because everybody starts 3 away. Don't know if you noticed that Nano Swarm as well that was put down on top Jenny from Devi. That's where Kayak's been pathing to almost every time. So they've got a very specific counter plan here. Look at Jing holding that paranoia as well. They know exactly what they want to do to counter this Fnatic A hit.
Primed, ready to pounce here.
It does feel like these timeouts have been helping Alex and PRX more than Fnatic.
That drone's broken. Deep control towards B. Any posturing by Fnatic is put to an end. And now, eyes set over towards A. Triple face, alarm bell. It's going to be gone. Jing there with a paranoia! Oh my goodness!
It works perfectly. The game plan, absolute perfection.
Cut them to shreds, and Fnatic now left scrambling for options.
There's the op value as well. Devi tucked onto a position that's really tough to clear.
And Kayak is going to try and win that. Final bullets left!
Spike down.
Mid-animation Boaster, the captain himself. He's going to right the wrongs of the round, but on top of the ropes, the purest form of disrespect, PRX.
And that was the round that they needed. Every attack round has been going well for them. They won the last 5 in a row to close out regulation.
One enemy remaining.
It's been pacey, it's been fast. W gaming and the train keeps on trucking. Let's see if Fnatic have an answer, because all of the pressure is now on them.
Oh yeah. On their attack side, PRX are sending it.
Revealing area.
Grouped up, deep dark paranoia. They're making it feel like it's that fast B pressure. And Kayak is taking liberties, taking risks. Him versus Devi finds it.
That's huge info as well. You see Devi on this side of the map, you know at least that they're defaulting. You don't know for sure that they're coming back over towards A, but you know it's not that fast B hit. And look how quickly Alpha just takes all of this space on B.
Oh, yeah, deep push. Mid-round information going to be given up here. The rest of his team, an attempt of a punish at a jump spot. Boaster, the acknowledgement he was looking for.
I mean, what a decision from Forsaken to try to fake.
Yeah, he's creeping in through the back. They already know he's there. Patman really anticipated. Bodies out wide to the open. Patman just sidesteps it. Alternating with the movement, but tucked behind Dice. Forsaken is creeping forward. Off of that contact, Kayak. When is your time to strike? Deep dart, dash active, wall up into your face. Thrown into the corner, clears him out though. We'll have to use it to disengage.
Chronicle can step in to cover that though. PRX still, even with all 3 players here, have got a difficult task.
3v4 wars down as well, out to the open. Jing is dropped.
30 seconds
The
left.
Fnatic have found it. Their footing, the foundation. A safety net now, all the pressure's on Patman. 1v3, 20 seconds left. Taps it, looking for a kill, looking for a cheap fight. Again, he's not going to be given it. Snake bite, all the options reduced to ruins.
I respect the balls to go for a fake there.
Overtime.
If it had worked, we'd be calling Forsaken a genius. But actually, he just deviated away from the game plan that's been working for PRX. The pace, the aggression, Fnatic did not have an answer for it. And instead in this round, maybe overcooking things slightly. Went to fake that fast pressure and played into the kind of tempo that Boaster's super happy to call against. Immediately, Kayak realized it was a fake. Alpha got quick on the flank, and now we're back to even.
14-14. Up overhead with the util.
Something still going for the operator. every round on defense has been trying to make it work. Did find a little bit of value with it over towards B. They've got to be watching out for this paranoia again. It worked so well last time for Jing, but he's not really in a spot to use it now.
Cheeky with the positioning.
It looks to me like they're trying to fake that it's only Alpha here on A. You know, he's the player that's getting up, getting forwards.
Lost man with the dart. It's going to be a drone. Fnatic faking like they're taking B control. Looking to see if they can pull bodies to make A little bit weaker. Soften it up for the take now.
I mean, that's nice. Patman takes contact, which disguises where the operator is. So it could still be on A.
They're drifting though. PRX are losing control. Not hard anchor it now, but they're seeing signs of life and hearing it on top of it. Nano swarms, deaded. All up in your face to delay.
Do they play to flood? Do they play to defend and deny the spike?
Devi is hard committed. He's seeing just a body. He's peeking over towards the top of this row. And we're seeing it now. Paranoia's forwards again. There's a wall into your face. Fnatic have access towards it.
Insane!
What is that by Jing? Fnatic! Vice grip now over towards the site. And it scraps on the floor that Patman has to pick up and make something from it. Damage done, bullets raining through, but right from the side, Chronicle never denied. Something here, operator in hand, but this is just dire. Oscillating the momentum of this map, happening round by round. Picks up the rifle, but you got one hell of a task, and no clearance again. Time's ticking, it's all against it. Crashies knows it.
Big round from Chronicle, but also a wild play from Jing. We saw the value he got from the Paranoia in the previous round. This time, tries to send it again. Throws that out, goes for the TP. But I mean, that is some nutcase behavior. You see, it did land onto Crashies, but just there's way too many people around there. Again,
Holy shit, bro.
respect.
Holy shit, that's size, bro.
Respect for going for the play.
Draw us level here in a best-of-5 grand finals.
Fnatic's job is to deny, keep that trophy out of reach.
He's taking a peek here early. It's an operator in his hands. Wall up and over. You don't anticipate this one. It's a classic play, or do you? Heads-up play. You're trying to use those walls against PRX. They were born in it, molded by that play.
Beautiful anticipation from Forsaken. Now, the wall does still block Patman off. And Alpha, he's pushed up.
Alpha, you are so hard committed here, but he just spots it onto the drone as well. And my God, man! Does he deliver? Taken out eventually. But he's brought it into a 3v3. Hearing the footsteps, the rumble, Patman, there's a timing to be taken, and he just grasps it immediately, jumps on a chance.
And this isolates Crashies. Crashies would have to be a hero for Fnatic to get this across the line.
Tucked towards the back of the box. Walking forwards here, there's a wall into their faces. There's a game on those timings. Again, Crashies, surely not long for the world. And there it is, Patman from behind. PRX not done yet.
Planted.
A round where Fnatic tried to pull out a cutesy play. And it leaves the caller in a 1v3. He's destroyed at the end. 15-15. Neither team can get a proper advantage over the other and get a grip on this. They're bringing out tactics they probably haven't tried in quite some time. Both teams have got depth.
One enemy remaining.
But things get scrappy the deeper you get.
You are insane, bro. You are insane, bro.
All compliments.
Thanks.
Back up on their feet here, 15-15.
Oh, PRX fighting aggro.
Aggro as anything, Kayak though. One shot to the dome, Jing is gone. Wants a little bit more with that dash active. It's going to be used on either side. Something just needs to try and escape. He's got the safety net of Forsaken watching over the shoulder.
And Fnatic back up, anticipating some level of aggression elsewhere around the map. Alpha almost got an opportunity to pick off Patman in mid with that attack up. And Patman is not going to go for it again. PRX are anticipating a re-hit here, and that does look like the idea here.
Just cautious for now, though.
And Fnatic always with these opportunities to pivot back to Boaster. Boaster's done a very good job in this map of just applying options, giving himself options to work with. His is the more passive role. just making sure nobody pushes out of B. And once again, Patman is asked to do so much.
On a knife's edge here, on top of the wall, it's a dart. Trying to take this timing pass. He's going to try and push forwards. Take the fight to it. There's an orb in the face of these players. Wall up now on top of it. Creeping forwards already.
He caught this timing before.
Wall up though. Surely it's going to be watched for. Spam happening, occurring. Popping up on towards the top! Alpha! How the hell did you land that one? Spike planted. Best scenario you could really hope for if you're Fnatic in this spot here. Again, Alpha, shoulder, peeking out. Taken out. Deep dart against the back. Primed, ready, and finally let loose with the slow orbs. You can see that 3-2-1 with a swing. Timing to be taken. Something's on the flank. Already ripping his way all the way past. Needs to be taken out. Something. He's found it. Dash back already. But the time is ticking away.
2 bullets.
And 2 bullets, 2 players, not enough to get it all done.
Fnatic again with a really solid round to put themselves up once more. So many opportunities to close this. The timing that Patman tries to take, he was rewarded for it previously. This time though, not focusing on the planter, seeing if he could catch a player that was looking to defend and failed. Forsaken pulls out the Odin to try to deny the orb, the wall perhaps?
Second guessing it.
Yeah, decides not to go for it in the end.
Down again. Jing TP's forwards. This is it. Fnatic trying to lock in, trying to step up to that task that's ahead of them here.
And there's the player that's been driving the train forwards. The engine power was coming from Jing in all of these fast attack rounds. Now something has to step up an entry. Dash already popped.
Kayak still here. Put over towards the top there, just spotting it out, and the damage done something. 1 bullet to the chest is all it takes for Fnatic. They can feel it. Energy here on their sides. 3v5, it's all contact called for here by PRX. They're hoping there's an overextension. Never in a million years though. Fnatic are always going to be disciplined. Snake bite up and over. Dodged and juked to down towards the back to buy. He's to land these shots. There's no freebies handed to him. Fnatic just bite it out.
They're always expecting PRX to be the ones making the play. The time is going to be ticking here for Fnatic, though. They've got to go at some point.
Double face up towards the top. Patman reveals his hand with a snake bite drop down on top of it, and this is it. Fnatic never denied it. Hard going all the way through. Some early fights occurring out towards B.
Map 3, where things really start to heat up in a BO5 grand final here. Something and Divide looking down B long, wondering if they want to take contact early. PRX trying to fight over both edges of the map. And now spreading back out again to make sure they collect any timings like this that have gone missing. But exactly as Chronicle and Boaster go to take some art control, Jing was backing up.
Posted now. Oh my goodness. Forsaken, not to be outdone. First kill immediately evened out from Fnatic's side of things here, but that Sheriff, yeah, short work is made to the opposition. Fnatic now cleaving the map into partitions, and they're not going to be denied this plant. Divide would have to go absolutely crazy.
Spike planted.
Chronicle 3-piece to get things started here on Pearl.
Something we haven't discussed too much as well is how much the first kills are going the way of Fnatic. First map, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, that's kind of ridiculous actually. They're getting a ton. And then it happens again, pretty much the same way. Even though the maps are close, Fnatic is dominating in the first kill department. Across these first 2 maps, they're up plus 14, now plus 15 after that pistol. So PRX are constantly having to battle back from being down 4v5. Now, sometimes they do get those trades instantly if they're deathballed together. But it's worth keeping in mind here.
Time to jump.
Every player apart from Boaster, very positive in the first kill department.
Oh yeah.
And Chronicle, he had massive impact in the pistol round, and now with just the Sheriff is able to go wandering, he's got a little more freedom.
Players are posted, getting into spot and position. They're seeing signs of life here, but immediately eviscerated. Dubai doing backflips towards the back of the site, and rifle in hand. Okay, Kayak trying to test himself a little bit. Sharp with the aim of the first shot, but step forwards. It's all anticipated and recovered when it comes to the weaponry.
Throwing down the spike as well to make sure that they prioritize Crashy's ultimate. Nope, giving it over instead to Chronicle, who's a little closer to the lockdown, which is a pretty huge tool that you can work with. Forsaken comes through, spanks Alpha, yeah? But he's only got a Frenzy to be able to work with.
That's not much.
Would be a ridiculous 1v4. I don't think the chances are particularly high.
Unlikely.
Fnatic trying to keep it clean, putting the rifle into Chronicle's hand as well.
Forsaken's not going to be taking any peeks here, so a strong beginning for Fnatic here on Pearl. As we said it, and we set it up, series of unknowns on either side.
Yeah, so much to wonder about. I mean, the EMEA teams in general don't really love playing on Pearl. But Fnatic, no exception to that. Not a team that's had even historic success, particularly here. But also, they knew 100% that they were going to be playing it here today. So the two maps, in my opinion, if I put myself in Fnatic's coaching shoes, I'd be prepping hardest for Sunset and for Pearl.
One enemy remaining. Go, go, go.
Sunset, they put up a really good showing. There was a possibility that they could have taken that one, but this, we'll have to see. Boaster with the attack op.
Okay. Round 3.
I mean, it's not like he's never done it before, but round 3?
Yeah, bonus round. When you least expect it. Quick little glide and dash to the side. Fights to be had. Jing, he loses his out. Instant dismissal. Alpha, you might be getting a bit overzealous there, but a stun's ricocheting. It's random spam. Over the shoulder, finding that gap. Something snaps down, and Boaster's done. Pings it out as well. I think even spotting out that they did invest into that operator.
Yeah, so they might be expecting that Fnatic will go back and try to recover that over towards B.
Where's that one going?
I mean, I don't think
Surely
that
not thinking
Kayak's
about
ever
it.
going to actually take that one. Certainly not with Divine watching it like a hawk.
No.
Alpha took a lot of spam when he was trying to get a little more aggressive and push his luck in A main. So it's going to be tough for him to get too much impact. This round, probably on Kayak.
Good connector. Both. Okay, well, Forsaken is doing a lot of work.
Last player standing.
Deadlifting that portion of the map and taking it fully away from Fnatic. And yeah, Alpha's like, wait a second.
Go, go, go.
I mean, his job here might just be to try to collect the operator and something.
Exactly.
He's got it on lock. Dealt with Boaster early on.
And
Closes
down, so
down.
he was aware of it even.
This isn't over.
We just saw there, obtained the upgrade of himself. So there's going to be a defensive operator now to worry about if you are Fnatic.
And I think they might have just given a really lovely gift over to the defenders. It's a questionable decision, I think, from Boaster. Especially the way that he was trying to get set up with the op.
Nice one.
So now in this round, Alpha, yeah, the player with some of the sharpest aim in the entire server is going to bring a judge out.
Well, we'll see what he can do with it. Get up into their faces perhaps already, and he's going to look to do that over towards it. Nasty stuff from Forsaken. Takes control of the rifle in his hands. That's a hard target to hit.
And Alpha, yeah, denied immediately. Maybe trying to push his luck a little. Not a duelist that he's super familiar with.
Bits and pieces of Util now. I mean, it's going to be held into the hands of these Fnatic players, looking to see if they can take a bit of mid-control. Clone. Sure. Oh, they're stuck onto the corner. It doesn't even trigger the wall. And a seize and a nade. Oh, done! These combinations are cooking! That's a foul concoction if you are Fnatic. You're going to need those heroics. But it's all watched. Crashies in a 1v5.
That's a beautiful round put together from PRX. It really is. And a wallbang even all the way through mid, putting a little bit of damage on the Crashies.
30 seconds
The
left.
combo of the seize nade into the pull and into the swing just destroys Fnatic, but they'd already been set up. A couple of weird moments here I mean, Kayak's teleport all the way down into Flowers was a bit of an unusual one. And then
10
his
seconds
clone
left.
getting stuck,
Flawless.
failing to trigger out the wall. You can definitely see, I think, that Fnatic are less comfortable.
Yep.
The details are not perfect here.
Throw going amiss. That's ridiculous. Okay.
The slide is really late, though. I mean, he's jumping through and trying to slide. And that's a silly way of ending.
A load of surprises.
Another little evil chuckle there from Batman.
Yeah.
And now Fnatic's economy, not in a good spot. They forced up in the previous one, like I said, with that judge. And something is just sitting pretty on the other side of the map with Boaster's operator.
Still in his hand, still watching that deep B line. Makes the guessing game a little bit easier and a lot of stall util.
Yeah. I mean, if it ends up landing kills here,
All the way up.
Fnatic are going to be feeling really bad about the fact that such a valuable asset has gone into the hands of
Time
PRX.
to jump.
It's like Mini in weapon form.
Something's really trying to min-max these timings, I think. The gate crash, backs himself out here. Gonna be hearing that drone, just trying to avoid it. Ducking, juking, but now, okay, recall start. Discipline is gonna be there from Fnatic. Do you expect something to be here? That's the question.
It's a great flash.
Took to the side here, just stepping up, and wow, okay.
Better shot.
That's overkill. Head's gonna be rolling straight off the shoulders there.
Alpha does have his ult to be able to work with, but maybe Alpha's job here is just going to be to try to run a fake and pull eyes towards B. You see Chronicle inserted over towards A, as the rest of the team tries to go back over towards and connect with this guy.
Chronicle's got to get some damage done too. Anything to crack this one open. Contact plays for now. Being peeked out, Divide. Just there's the Thorns. Down below it, it's going to be swinging wide. That flash was a good connection. Forsaken, already ready to supplement. Deep Dart dealt with. Almost lining themselves up for it. It is precise from PRX. Surgical almost, and it leaves it into Alfier's hands. Too much for him to do.
Very comfortable there anchoring from Divide. Super comfortable in that kind of spot. So he knew exactly how to play around in the flash. The Thorns.
Good hit.
And he's got a perfect idea of where the player's going to be positioned. Chronicle core.
Shame. One enemy.
But now the rifles are back for Fnatic. Couple of rounds of lower recon, and now Alpha gets a Vandal. Something still with an operator, so always that's going to be a difficult one to work around. But Alpha's got to be the player that you've got eyes on to try to crack this open. 3 players, though, from PRX on the other side.
Over the top there with a dart.
Yeah, that recon just to see if he could push away an Oppa that was going to be playing Pillar. This is going to be a fight, though, from PRX.
Crunches far back here. There's going to be that flash play. It's going on either side. Fnatic. Drawing blood. Jing, he's hard committed onto the corner. Do you want to stay here? Oh my goodness! He wants to step up to the challenge. Satchels barely there to evacuate. He's going to be taking a high ground. All perched now. Called for a wrap and rotation as the entirety of Art is given up. Fnatic have access now to this A site.
Full control, and only something here. Fnatic should be on the line before the Yoru player.
Doubled up into the back of the site here, but again, oh my goodness, it's the minor of margins. Just spotting another player, but is he expecting from behind? How, I should say Chronicle.
I mean, the movement's amazing there from something.
Doesn't want to overstep himself. Chronicle still holding control towards the back of it. The turret was placed down. Alpha's time to shine. He's going to be the playmaker here into this spot. The clone going to be taking a bullet to the brain forward, but Fnatic putting that crunch on them. They drag it here 3-3.
And finally recover Boaster's operator.
Remember, when it's hurt.
3-3, big round from Fnatic. I've got a question about what the hell went wrong with that PRX fight over towards B long before even this began. I think there was a team flash that came out.
They might have shot the clone, I don't know.
Enemy remaining.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. But everybody really heavily blinded up there from PRX.
Yeah.
Just as they went to try to trigger the play.
Frustration on the face of something.
Go, go, go.
Op v Op. It's actually Alpha, yeah, who's going to be running it this time as they try to take space towards B. Crashies is hearing this. Something with the peek. Punished.
Insanely brave. And
That's
Crashies does punish.
It's about as deep as you can get in the first 10 seconds over towards A main. A ridiculous angle for something to be fighting towards. He was hoping it would be unexpected, but can't quite hit the flick. And now in a 4v5, once again, by the way, Fnatic getting the opening pick. PRX are going to be incentivized to go for some kind of info peek play around the map. And that's where Alpha's op could end up working its magic.
Flash got acknowledgement.
Yeah, you don't need to go for the active info just yet.
You should run. You want
You can feel it here with a lockdown. Drop down and defeat a Fnatic. You want to clear this one out cleanly. Wall up. I'm trying to take this space. Pulled out a lot of util in the process, and you have to respect it.
there.
Alpha throwing the operator over to Crashies as well, who can just play post-plant with that weapon and his Hunter's Fury.
He's incredibly pushed forwards here, but okay, just spotted out there with the info. Shorty of his own, Hunter's Fury! Hold on, ton of connections. Crashies looking for a little bit more, but just a one tag. Lights up a few of them. Showstopper! He's going to be committed. And Alpha trying to hold his ground down, but like a rocket again, Jing, this time, unable to get that value he's done prior. Weapons taken away with a Steel Garden. Divide looking to try and reclaim some of that space. Boaster not removed. Kayaks from behind. Full control. Containment is ordered, and Fnatic have got it all under lock.
Divide towards the end, caught in a mess of smokes and ults. Couldn't figure out how to navigate a tricky situation. I think they needed Jing to be able to pick up that kill in backhauls. But the duelist taking some wild fights. Alpha deep pushed up as well, just trying to play off the back of Crashies' ultimate. Fnatic, honestly, look like they've got some nice game plans on their attack side.
Three of them. I had 3 of them with my ult.
They're definitely in control.
And like you said, Brent, it
Has been back and forth, to be sure, but Fnatic are stringing together these rounds nicely at this point.
and this next one could be massively important because you look at Forsaken, Devi, Something's operator, they wouldn't have any of those weapons back online.
Money again, Deep Horn. Not going to break this one. Alpha looking to get posted. It's him versus something. Oh my goodness, that's immediately. The clone going to be taking that bullet for him.
And Alpha instantly gets on the line. Doesn't see a repeak though, and Boaster's calling for this regroup on A. Jing, danger player, tucked. Forsaken playing a bait and switch.
I think no, though. This A main control is going to be lost to them prior. There might be a timing. Drone forwards. Jing just swinging out wide. It's all anticipated. With open arms. Alpha is turning you into mincemeat.
That's a crazy play from Kayak, and Alpha's there again.
He's just playing his team in perfectly. Put your body on the line, because at this point, what could stop him? 4 kills, ace online. The crowd wants it. They're cheering. Get Alpha plucked out of the sky.
4 HP between him and a sick clip. But I don't think Devi's going to be able to keep this up. Alpha has done way too much. And Chronicle cleans up the dregs. That round demonstrates not only the incredible awareness they have of PRX, knowing that Jing is going to be playing that position, or at least a serious threat of it. Alpha's attack up gets value, but then the killer instinct afterwards to dismantle the play and push forwards into an Astra that's way too far out of position. Alpha continues to get further and further ahead, I think, in the MVP race.
12 and 6. Shutting it all down for PRX. I'm going to bring this one back here. It's aggression, a staple of this team. Now through mid.
Boaster
up on it.
Boaster, I think, just calling to try to keep some of these anti-ecos pretty simple. You know that teams are going to try to fight over towards mid, so they've got Chronicle watching that. You just have Crashies feeding you info on the other side, and then you try to end B. That's a lot of damage to onto Chronicle, though.
And the bodies, Forsaken. Creeps ever closer, TP into spawn. I think that might have been heard. Forsaken, crosshair placement, trying to land those shots. Good awareness from Kayak. Spam straight through the wall, sent flying towards them. Hello, it's a lot of damage on the Chronicle. Could have been a kill. Nana Swarm's committed. Anything to clear these players out up through the top section of B. This is Manic, this is Chaos. PRX trying to take the fight straight to them. They don't care about the battle lines that are drawn out normally.
Man, he could be a difference maker. Why are they not thinking there could be anyone on A?
He's full knives out, and they've opened up a bit of a mistake here. As you mentioned, Patman upgrade. Acquire with a rifle.
A Boaster
30
is
seconds
stuck.
left.
They're split up.
Boaster has the spike, 25 seconds, creeping around behind
Nightfall
Patman.
committed, Nightfall committed, Crashies pushed forward as a result of it. No one really ready for this one, but it's brought it into that 2v2. Fnatic trying to get a move on Crashies now. Roles reversed, he's the one putting the pressure in the squeeze onto Patman. And he's earned his team a
10
lifeline.
seconds left.
Great read as well. Devi, though, somehow manages to time that recon, but Crashies is aware.
Tagged up just by the drone, Fnatic. Put them into a post plan and they will thrive.
Yeah, Boaster just got escorted the entire way through. Turned into the VIP, and Crashies, the bouncer, kept everyone off him.
As a pull for the first time. Going to be used now. Devi, one hell of a clutch is required. And none of the space to do it. Shock darts flying, Crashies just playing his life perfectly. Impeccable work. Impeccable work indeed, Fnatic.
That is a sick round from Crashies. He's asked to do way too much in that situation. Alpha gets caught on the B re-clear, and Crashies has to push forward, dodge a fade ult, get a kill, come back, defend Boaster as he gets the spike plant down.
One enemy.
This fight against Patman, Boaster could have tried to run through, but Boaster wanted to make sure he didn't drop the
Do you
spike.
know how did you get 2 kills? Because I chilled. I kissed your hand.
Something's brought the op out again. Fnatic have been really good at navigating these kind of positions. Alpha takes a ton of damage early, though.
A bit of spam through the wall. Dart overhead. Clone not broken either.
The utility's been really strong, though, at stopping something for being able to go up for these peaks.
Patman, that's brave. He's doing that solo.
A lot of the defense for PRX is solo, actually.
Yeah. Trust in the raw aim and mechanics to carry them through. And okay, Chronicle going peeking Jing with the swing.
That's nice support. Now something's going to take a risk and go for a peek into Kayak at B. Fnatic bait out the wall. Devi gets a little bit of info. And this fight... Sorry, I said peek into Kayak. It's Alpha.
Time to jump.
Alpha and something kind of staring at each other through walls. And Boaster's making the call to come back in this direction. They might not know that something's on the line.
Here.
Oh, he spotted him.
Oh, the ping's out. Deep position and target acquired. Alpha gone. Call for a pivot now by Fnatic. That was the backup policy. With Alpha gone, you've got to try and set your sights in a different direction. 30 seconds left. Where are you going, Patman? Taking a peek. That is uncalled for. Looking for some information. Fnatic, only just taking that timing now, but with 20 seconds stalled down by the Thorns, and you've got to get a move on. Sidestepping through, brought down to the brink. Weakened, damaged as anything in a flash and a repeat! Devi delivers!
My ultimate's ready.
They clean up that 5v3, never in danger when Devi's in an anchor spot. He does look so comfortable dealing with Fnatic when they actually finish on his side. The issue, I think, for PRX has been that sometimes they put themselves in too difficult positions.
One enemy
But this time,
remaining.
player advantage. And Fnatic are trying to head into a site with time not on their side. Something keeps the operator over towards B. He's been very stubborn with this placement. Fnatic have been mostly working around him pretty well. Last time he caught Alpha, he's going for it again.
Past it. More players though waiting to cross. Fnatic to Clone taking the bullet. Alpha with the peek and a swift dismissal. Okay, get out of there.
He's lucky to survive that
He
one.
really is.
31 HP, one more Vandal bullet. And PRX is going to try to put him on the
They're
line
trying to fight
again.
for this one. They're trying to take the pressure to them. That's a steel guard in the pocket to play in. Alpha still has his gun. Fake TPs. All that pressure is just dissuaded, diffused.
Fnatic don't really want to commit because they know that the stack is here, but they don't have another option. They don't have a lurker to go back to with info in mid or A.
Oh, a bit of spray down with the rifles. There's a gap in that smoke. Time to play with it, but already that Cosmic Divide is going to be fading. It's not going their way. It's traded out. Showstopper. It's here for Jing. When the time runs short here, you could be in dire straits. Forsaken. Looks like he wants to go for a peek of his own. Flash through in his face. TP into the back of Halls. Kayak. Anything to deal with him? My God, man! Forsaken!
B.
Just takes that timing to rip them
30
to
seconds.
shreds. Patman.
He finishes what Forsaken began. Forsaken constantly the player in these unexpected positions. And again, just making Fnatic earn every moment. Constantly putting questions and challenges towards Fnatic.
Down B.
And often finding gaps
30
that he can
seconds.
exploit. A lovely risk. Exactly at the right time. And PRX bring things up with an opportunity to get it level at the half. Jing's very fast with a haunt up towards B, but Fnatic don't know too much about that. They're on the exact opposite side, facing Devi. And Devi has been excellent anchoring A.
Runs forward, dimensional drift, extra info gathered, and a peek from Devi, forcing the ult out into the hands of Alpha. Good tracking. Locks onto it, something. What the hell are you playing at? Alpha is taking over.
What is going on with PRX? I mean, I know they want to play that aggressively. Here's Forsaken again, looking to try to make the play.
Hold on, he's busted up as well. Chronicle
Spike
bullets
down A.
to the back of the head of Forsaken, shuts it down.
Spike planted.
Three on site now into that post once more. It's the last chance here in this first half.
It is planted as well for Secret.
It's a good setup from Fnatic. PRX trying to get a move on. Jing almost lined up for him. Just the one known, it leaves it to the rookie. He's been the glue for this team, but in a 1v2 already, players playing their lives, just spotting signs of life. Fought through. Tap, left guessing, but now spotting. Half on the defuse might be earned. Patman just holds it down, but again, just a peek and crashes. Deliver on to death.
Fnatic getting huge value out of the operator in this half. A really nice anti-strat to deal with PRX where they go for these aggro peak timings. But I think PRX kind of lost the plot a little bit towards the end there. The ultimate from something bonkers. The swing from Devi, unusual because he was anchoring those spots passively so well. This is Fnatic's permaban map, and they are up 7-5 at the half.
You're so good, bro.
It's unreal scenes from Fnatic. You're seeing smart.
They got so many with the Optic NRG core, and then back here again. Incredible stuff from him.
Fnatic could really get this ball rolling here. 7-5, Boaster, timing taken. Hello, right click's not delivering him what he wanted. PRX are the ones who survive, but Alpha, instant response. He does claim the life Devi. Go for a swing and a peek, and that is called for. That is beautiful by Fnatic.
Oh, that's unreal.
It's poetry in motion.
The synergy there on the wide swing and Alpha readjusting targets.
Holy.
Forsaken's been good, but he's not been able to recover situations like this, surely.
Spike down, hold on, there's damage done to Alpha at least, but from behind, Kayak just trying to remove those wing cons, and there's damage done to Forsaken. He's going to be able to have access to the spike.
There is a possibility. He'd have to get funky with a smoke, though, and somehow pick off a cheap kill on Alpha.
Not available. Dead Sit consumed is going to bloom, blossom, partition up the site. Bit of spam from Fnatic. Hoping to catch a freebie. Second star down.
Concealment.
Consumed again, just trying to cut up the sight lines onto this one. Chronogodo peeks it, and Alpha takes it.
As if Alpha needed more. They feed the beast.
Spike's dead. Go, go, go.
That showcases synergy as well from a duo that have not been having like too much experience in these kind of roles, you know. You got Alpha as a hard entry here, and then playing Crashies in. Crashies still somewhat new to the team, and Alpha doesn't play a lot of the hard entry like this, but that's masterful stuff.
Your comms are insane, your aim is insane, you're insane.
And Crashies is loving his time with this team.
Yeah.
He's talked so much about how good the vibes are and surrounded by incredible talent.
They're in full control of this map.
Which is mad to say. It truly is.
Done. Forwards again, forcing the issue. Boaster from behind. Quick work there with a stinger.
Getting funky with it.
Yeah. Horn forwards will not help you much at all. Fight is immediately gone, and this is just complete control, isn't it?
Here.
Fnatic gliding, sliding forward, trying to set up Chronicle for the goods, and Boaster right there to claim it.
Really aggro, following in behind Alpha's timings. Boaster there, disrespecting the smoke as well. Look at him, running inside of it with a nano, knowing that he's going to catch the timing on the PRX players.
One enemy remaining.
And when this is your permaban, like Fnatic, there's no way of PRX knowing what's coming for them. You can afford to do silly things, one-and-done things, because it only has to work once.
Oh, yeah.
You only have to win one time on Pearl. Fnatic don't have to be an amazing Pearl team, they just have to win once. Right here.
That puts all the pressure onto PRX. Not that it's not there already, but 4-round lead for Fnatic.
And I don't think PRX can afford to lose this one. I mean the round and the map.
Wants to tuck to the side, that's something. It's a deep TP. Claims the life of Kayak. Moving forwards though, drifting to the side. Boaster looking to see if he can stay alive. Alpha! Deep dash forwards, and now you're seeing signs potentially that things are going a little bit skew with, not quite as practiced.
I mean, having said that though, Brent, they're still in a 2v3 here, Fnatic. There's still a lot of danger. Especially when it's
rifles.
Chronicle, Crashies, both really good in a clutch. PRX should be able to close this out, but they also need to close this out.
Both Fnatic players in the same position. Waiting for the dart timing. Thorns, deaded. Dart to back Halls. Halls going to be used as a response for it, and there it is.
Good flash timing too from Divide. Completely catches Chronicle. And 3 rifles saved. Bunch of armor as well. That's going to keep PRX in this one. Very aggressive on the peak from something. And Jing ready for that re-clear. Alpha has gone for it quite a few times now on defense. All 3 rounds, we've seen him slide in, trying to play somebody else in around mid. And this time, Jing wise to it. And look, the eco's a little wonky here for Fnatic again. Alpha with a judge. I do like this play. Seen PRX go for this before. Recall smokes, horn, flash. Allows Jing to get set up. Very difficult to contest A main against that kind of pressure. And then PRX, they threaten that they could have left somebody inserted. And they're going to go back to contest Kayak. And they're probably going to find this timing just as the gate crash starts to expire.
Yeah, puts pressure on the Kayak. Either take it or you renew another one. Spots the body.
Yeah, look, just as he has to throw out another gate crash.
Flash overhead. Layers down his retreat a little bit better. You're going to see another flash. Spawning bodies and looking to contest and contain. PRX though. Get out scot-free. Now you're seeing it. Cosmic Divide is going to be splitting up that site. Already a fast blood attempt is going to be called for. Alpha is in your face for Judge. Oh my god, man, he's caught out into the open still. Kayak looking to see if he can help them out. PRX! They obliterate them though. Util and Chronicle was looking to just contain up through mid. Not for much longer. Crashies. We'll have to concede this space.
And almost certainly concede the round. I mean, one of the weird things here is that Crashies, I'm sure he'd like to try to go for it, but the economy is still not in a great spot for Fnatic. Didn't manage to win the bonus, and then had a judge to work with here, and neutralized.
Okay.
It's a great shot onto Forsaken, and nobody else really trying to hunt him down. So Crashies is going to be able to escape with this one with the rifle in hand. I don't think Fnatic look that great when Alpha doesn't have a rifle or an op to play with. I've not really liked the way that he's been trying to play with the judge. Now in this round, something also hit a great teleport towards backside, and it just put Alpha in an impossible situation. But both times that they've tried to play with that lighter weaponry, it hasn't worked out. And PRX crawling back into this one. 2 rounds the gap. Every map has been on a knife's edge so far in this game. That's what you expect with 2 great teams. 2 teams that have placed deep at tournaments many times before.
Looking to drag it out a little bit further. PRX only trailing by the 2. Fnatic with a heavy group up, their money also taking a tumble, just the state of their buy last round.
This is a spot where Boaster might try to catch a teleport from something. They are ready to fight them on B.
Warning shot from the judge from Jing, looking to see if they can claim some of that space, but there's a wall up and over towards the top, and it kind of reveals the hand. Fnatic are stacking this.
Yeah, a little early from Alpha there. He thought the PRX were going to be committed really fast, really heavy. Instead, jumped the gun a little. The spike's making its way over towards A, but I think that's just so that Pac-Man can fake like there's a little bit of pressure there, because all of these players are still set up for a B re-hit.
Still danger lurking. On every corner, Kayak ready to try and respond. He has that rifle. On towards it, flash in your face though. A lot of pressure in through mid. It's definitely split up a lot of the bodies, but 3 still left to stand from Fnatic, looking to try and put stop to this approach. Push coming through though. PRX not pushed back, it's a haunt. The double jump in, Jing! Goodness me! Absolutely filthy work. Rolls out the red carpet for the rest of the team to follow up on, and crashes with just the Sheriff. It's a nice shot to open, but PRX now just trailing by 1.
Really good utility pressure. C's came through into back halls, caught onto Boaster, and then there was a stun afterwards as well. So this, it may have looked like it was a Judge versus a Bucky, but the stun was just wearing off there on Boaster. They couldn't really get into a position and fire off that Bucky shot in time. This is what we saw, if you think all the way back, really early on in the tournament.
Really feeling like they are in control of this one, even though they are trailing by the 1. Fnatic scramble together a bit of a buy here with the money. Operator in the hands of Alpha. Far back position though. This dimensional drift is going to be increasing the pace. PRX. And take it towards them. Fnatic just exit straight out of there. Something. You want to go for this one? Surely not! Oh my goodness!
These ults have been criminal.
And a Nightfall on top. Look at the late claim towards the back of the side. Pac-Man is alone, by the way, and he's going for that peak. Swing anticipated. Hunter's Fury. Back pocket of Crash. The plant is down, and he's done damage.
A major opportunity for Fnatic here. Back in. Jing though. Judge. Oh, shut down before he could even see a glimmer of a Fnatic player.
It's a complete denial of space. Fnatic now methodical, surgical, picking apart the players and picking apart the site. Divide. Been playing well, but not this well. Cosmic Divide in your face, you have to give it up. Fnatic now. What a response on the backside of that timeout.
It is a big round for Fnatic to be able to get, but I think you can't watch that and not have questions about the way that something plays this. He comes dry out of his ult, no utility used, and just tries to catch Boaster while he's throwing down utility. I mean, that's got Alex furious. Yeah. The information that he gathered was good as well. If he'd been able to bail, they probably still have full control of the A site. Can't be making mistakes like that.
Kayak. The operator flash in your face though. Just get away from that spot. Even go over the repeat, it's a flash! Adjustment, tries to snap to it. No bodies there, but no kill claim. Jing now with that showstopper, he's looking to try and open this one up. Pacey indeed. Boaster needs to get a hold of this one here, but here it is, different direction, and Jing, no dice, can't claim it. Kayak from under. Something's been dropped. Divide just trying to take a lot of this space. Boaster, no more bullets to really make a stand against it, but that stun rattles, and it connects. Shorty, both bullets gone. PRX are the ones in control.
Spike not planted. Chronicle and Kayak still with a small opportunity of intercepting somebody before they get there.
Seeing it, waiting for that util to come back online. Kayak trying to play the luck of the draw of a shot like that. Already backing away for the save. Fnatic gonna give this one up, and PRX are now one step closer to trying to draw it level.
I think Boaster needs more assistance anchoring in back halls there, whether it's from his own utility or whether They can get Kayak deeper into that spot with a teleport out.
Finished. My ultimate is ready.
Boaster just looks so overwhelmed in those kind of positions because, again, like I said, it's super difficult to tell what the pathing is going to be like for PRX. They explode onto the site and they can go from left or right side into back halls.
Turn out.
Chronicle, though, with a lockdown, maybe Fnatic will be incentivized to play a bit more of a retake style on B. Kayak took so much damage from that, but did manage to get a freebie. Boaster, though, like I said there, is just under enormous amounts of pressure. I do think he needs somebody else to try to alleviate that to some degree. This time, Alpha is going to choose a different op position, taking it instead of Kayak as well. So bait and switch setup over towards B. If PRX want to end there, they're going to have to go through Kayak and still think about Alpha playing the Neon op.
Chronicle is going to be feeling that heat. What a flash and what a find. He was the player with a lockdown, Alpha. That operator wants to get reposted.
PRX really do cook with these flashes through smokes to set up Jing. They've got so many of them. It's something that he's amazing at.
Crash is desperate for that info, just spots it. Overstays it, but still
Spots a
gets
lot.
out.
Spots a lot, but is worried about Art.
I was going to hear about it. The rumble here. Thinks he's being squeezed. Going to be playing it close. Tug, we've seen his angle. Get value. Stuns forward. Fnatic have responded. Players are waiting for it, and Crashes could be that playmaker. Time to deliver it. Just the one before the trade is through. 50 seconds left. PRX moving forwards now, seeking to try and at least split up this side. Plant down, committed.
Something relocates. Boaster moves forwards. Smoke, though, kind of cuts his options.
Yeah, that's crossfire setup still. PRX have options in this spot. A bit of spam Forsaken. What a swing. Alpha's gone, head clean off Boaster. Let's see if he can do a lot here. Him and Kayak against the world. Flash forwards, good connection. Operator picked up. Still with that util though. Patman, not to be removed, not to be outdone. And he's locking this one down for PRX to bring it level.
PRX need a little bit more of that, relying on that extra experience they have on Pearl. Look at that flash. Beautiful setup. They've got a couple of those over towards A main, and there's one through mid. Crashies did the best he possibly could from that pressured position. But the rest of Fnatic, not with quite the same kind of protocols as they hold angles for each other, looking to retake. Their retakes look really clean on the rest of the maps in the pool, but here, this one cannot slip out of their grasp. You never know how many more chances you're going to get. They've already had so many.
Time to jump.
Up to PRX to make their own destiny at this point. 10 to 10. The money is knocked down for Fnatic.
Trying to put Alpha in a position where he can take a fight and still have some level of backup. And Alpha, he does have the hot hand.
Jing's going to be looking to rain down some destruction. There's a full group up. PRX, they're going to be committing to this.
Bomb buddy out.
Flash through, Boombot's there. Satchel's in the back pocket.
This star on site could be pivotal for Boaster to be able to play around. If he can get inside it and dominate it.
They're already in. And Kayak is no more. Deep flank position. Fnatic need to get some value with this one, but a stun. It's not quite ricocheting, not quite landing. Forsaken under that pressure, but already his team going to be backing him up, helping him out. Something
One enemy
lighting
remaining.
the world on fire.
And another clean B execute for PRX.
Crashes can't even get it done.
4K for something as well. That'll be a confidence booster. Almost gets another Yoru ult online. Should be huge. And his execution of it's been a little bit wobbly, but you always want that tool to be able to use it if you can. And the variation in terms of how they're pathing he and Jing is putting the squeeze on Fnatic's brains. They need a timeout, and they've just used one.
Jason, you know what I want?
Forsaken.
Yeah, getting flustered in a moment, I think. Forgot to buy armor.
Yeah, no armor whatsoever.
It's PRX up to 11, though. It's up to Fnatic to see if they can answer back. Stop the tide. Kayak.
Here.
Left guessing.
He's thinking about it. He's pinging it out so that Alpha can watch it. Try to put a little bit of spam. Recon confirms.
Oh, and there's the damage.
That's really nice from Fnatic. Very good awareness, great comms from Kayak. And it's been the B execs really that have been the problem for Fnatic. This hold on A looks pretty good.
Forwards again. C's just about dodge. Jinx in your face, though, and what the hell do you do about that? With the judge in hand, here with the footsteps. My God, man! From that kind of range, he's getting away with murder. PRX are all over this one now. That nade rebounding. It's a pick your poison situation. Crashes. He's barely there. Tucked down. Slim pickings with the help, but Fnatic are grouped up. Down overhead. Spam avoided. Goes both ways though, and Divide! Lighting them all up. Back at the site, Kayak would love to save this gun, but that is a luxury he will not get.
Jing provides more of that magic that PRX are looking for. His entries early in the tournament were unstoppable, and here's an example why. The movement is so tough to hit. Look at him bunny hopping in through here, halting his momentum in midair as well. And then goes for the push onto Chronicle, anticipating that Chronicle was going to be backing up. There's a prime example of how you use the judge on the attack side. And things were tense earlier on for PRX, but now it's all smiles.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Round flipped here, Dimensional Drift spots out Alpha, and he feels the need to try and step up and take that challenge. Ult's expended.
You are divided.
Potential silver lining, but PRX can feel it, they can taste it. Chronicle levels it out. And in through the back of the site, Jing already has that space. Batman slinking around on the side here, full plan, committed. PRX have it. In through the back of the site with a flash and a swing and nade. They try and delay. But a lockdown used and a Dimensional Drift with it. Fnatic are in as best a position as they've ever been. Crashes is on that cleanup. Everybody trying to exit out of the vicinity. Could even get a little bit more. Patman, damage done. The rifle rings out anyway. Something straight back in, and a nightfall as well. This is space given up, granted, and kills collected. Fnatic are against the brink.
One enemy remaining.
And Forsaken the one to deliver it. The death blow potentially here on this map. And Forsaken drops his adversary.
They've never led a grand finals, even though they've been in two of them. This is their third. They won map 1, they're now up 2-1. 2 opportunities to close here on map 4 and a map 5. Oh God, what a beginning.
Okay.
Straight through, what a prediction, and Chronicle's head is gone. PRX as well, taking a lot of C-mount control, able to open this door at any time, put the squeeze on these front B players, but they don't have anybody in sight giving them info. No turret to play off either.
Creeping and crawling forwards.
Boaster's going to get caught by this, surely.
Yeah.
It's just there's no way of knowing that there are 3-4 players ready to collect.
Ready to collect, and look at that, to Prowler in your face, and is sighted. The blind is a last-ditch effort. Fnatic
Question is, what's the reaction?
making moves of their own. Head off the shoulder. Something is no more.
The plank goes down, and Kayak's thinking about cutting these guys off for going for the rotate, but Kayak is walking into a stack.
Kayak didn't expect a second player, and that's the right clicks. Forsaken takes him out of the picture. 3 left to stand here for PRX, and Fnatic are trying to do it all right now. Just Alpha and Crashies. A timing pass with the boombot, and potentially granted, given up to Crashies. Still watchful though. Forsaken, his eye not leaving it. And rattling off the shots, pulled out into the open. PRX.
The closer they get to being able to get this map over the line, the more you're going to see the players stood up, stand in, popping off. The anticipation for dreams fulfilled will be such a fire to keep the engine roaring.
One enemy remaining.
For Fnatic, they've got a difficult situation here because you've also got to prove that you can do it, that you can
Let's go!
exacerbate the doubts in PRX's mind. Alpha's going to force up. He knows that he's the player to try to take Fnatic in different directions. And he's got 3 players with light armor or regen armor that he could go towards.
Forsaken included in that list. Made his way over towards it, but they revealed the hand anyway. Shots fired and rattled. Kayak with the orb.
2 flashes to navigate as well. 1 over towards Mound, and Forsaken, of course, with his paranoia.
Just walking up.
All of this really just to try to bait PRX into challenging the Outlaw. The Outlaw should be pretty unexpected. It's not something we've seen Fnatic do a ton.
They did fire the shots off earlier, so it may... PRX at least making a mental note, potentially. Smoke fades. Thorns used as a response to it. Fnatic getting a move on around the rest of this map. There's a timing inside the smoke. Forsaken, who's going to be catching the contact with these players out for it.
And the rest of Fnatic were just exploring, looking for that Vice Wall. Vice Wall actually over towards B. And Alpha's going looking for it again.
Something. Rooted to the spot here. Doesn't want to give up this space out towards A. Rubble to Haunt at his back. Takes a timing against it. Paranoia sweeps.
And they're doing a good job again of
30
disrespecting
seconds
utility. Something determined to keep this positioning.
He's definitely going to be careful from that spot. Still crashes through the jump spot. And in through B. Out and about. Alpha claims a life for Jing. Something from the side, and he needs to try and put a stop to this now. Losing control of a lot of sections here. The spike is going walkabout.
Can he even get it into the side in time?
Chronicle!
This is ridiculous. Something, he's left in a 1v3 to try to get it done. And the plan, it's got the time.
Surrounded, calling for pause. Calm in the midst of it, doesn't anticipate it. Crashes! Sidelines him!
And savors the shot. Just watching as his prey walks into the crossfire. And PRX, just as they were hyped up after the pistol,
Reloading.
hopes dashed early. Fnatic, what a response. Some of that to do with the Outlaw purchase, but a lot of these kills just coming off the back of being able to tuck people with pistols into unexpected spots.
My classic is classicing right now. My
Finding
classic
the
is
right
classicing.
spots for it. Chronicle is happy about that.
Yeah, popping off. Hashtag buy the bundle. Pick it up and see if you can do what Chronicle's doing. PRX fighting over towards Rubble at the start of this round. And PRX, they've lost a little bit of control over towards Mound. But there is always this flash to be able to potentially refight. You know that PRX are going to try to get pushed up and take risks.
Bucky in hand. Beetle's going to be hurt. Nanoswarm
What a
close.
read.
That is beautiful. Forsaken forced and pushed off. Postured away. He's still going to be sticking around though. Why not?
I mean,
Okay.
these kind of spots were what was really catching Fnatic when they played against Wolves. Recently lost on this map.
Let's get right back into it. Alpha doesn't want to contest with it. Shots are fired. Forsaken. It's a bullet to the dome.
Caught. And Crashies, his utility cleared out Patman, who was playing at front B. Now, Chronicle could absolutely lose his life here.
There's a crossfire set up. Adjusts it though. There's a swing from Device. Going to be calling this one out though. Body spotted, and Fnatic want nothing to do with it. Evacuation over towards A.
It's a really nice timing that Alfie has taken. Got
already on the
himself
line.
in. Beautiful kill as well, but
30
more
seconds
importantly,
left.
offering that opportunity for Boaster to
Dropping
call
spike.
the spike to go back towards A. I know Alexis was worried about these late hits, but Fnatic are going to be doing so many of them. This time at least 20 seconds to play with.
Enemy remaining.
Got 3.
And Alpha walking all over the PRX response. Divide. He's got the rifle.
I'd rather have the Marshal in this spot though, especially with no armor.
Yeah,
I mean, only with no armor.
sure.
But
Is it?
Alpha, if he can find this kill, Alpha's going to be really close to a lockdown as well. So these are the kind of kills that Fnatic are going to be searching for. Kayak already with a showstopper. Divide, he's not just thinking about keeping the gun, he's also thinking about not feeding away ult orbs.
Stopping that from getting generated. Disgusting work.
Yeah,
Pure disrespect.
I mean, Alpha's popping off about it. I think he would have preferred to get the kill, though, in terms of the ults. No matter. A great beginning from Fnatic. The counterpunch strong. Now, Getting towards the end of this series,
Enemy
map
remaining.
4, map 5, these are where you get both teams in very strong parts of their map pool. Lotus, pretty excellent for both squads, though Fnatic did lose just recently to Wolves. And one of the ways that happened was by punishing these kind of classic things that Fnatic loves to do, like the A reclear behind the Viper wall.
Just sidestepping most of the util. Odin spam down the one line, Forsaken trying to hold this one back, and we'll respect the horn. Kayak. One satchel used because of it.
And I think the more disrespectful PRX plays, the better their chances. Something
B.
here, very disrespectful.
And here's it, there's a scuttling around into the sand, something has to back away. A lot of bullets to be found, and Kayak, his head rolling, Jing! Next up, Crashies, at least there with a trade, but the showstopper's now going to be removed from this round.
Yeah, and you've also lost Alpha as well, who could have potentially played towards a lockdown. So both massive ults gone. PRX rewarded for their aggression and their willingness to put people in one and dones or re-peak angles. Classic
Well played.
reclear here for Fnatic, going over towards where Forsaken's jiggling. Takes half of his health though. And Fnatic might well realize that A is open for business.
Doors opened up, they got no choice though. Gotta land here, gotta end it here. PRX already getting into position to try and flood their way back in. There's 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Taking a peek. Ghost is gone. Up through heaven and lost control of this one. And Forsaken with that near sight. The paranoia, Odin in hand. Putting the pressure and applying it onto Crashies from every single avenue. You already know where he is. Almost lining up for him. Crashies could have got it done.
The rookie on the other side called upon to shut that down. Man, Crashies nearly had a lineup there. And that round would have been a huge recovery because Fnatic just lost players super early on. These first 2 kills,
30 seconds left.
massive ones, and a very confident swing out into Mount from Divine. That does, however, mean that this is going to be huge in terms of the ults.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's a bit of the panic. And Crashies thought there was a chance. Here, though, Fnatic waiting to see if PRX are going to be fighting heavy towards Rubble. Figuring out where they should be sending these ultimates. And PRX have swapped up the defense. Vice, fully set up on A.
Playing with fire there, something escapes of his life.
Only a Bulldog on light armor, and he's immediately back out onto Mound.
He's just pushing it.
Yeah, the disrespect is huge in terms of information.
Might be pushing his luck. Alpha, weapon at hand, is optimal for this fight, but no pushing around here. Something, though, getting antsy.
And Alpha choosing not to take a super heavy engagement, though might think that he has Mound info.
King drops down as a paranoia. They want to try and play for some kills, potentially picking off a bit. Odin. Spam is supplementary in nature.
It's very early, but as the clock starts to tick down a little further, remember that they still have to get through a Vixel and
Here
the
it is.
Showstopper.
The wall's going to be propped up already, and that's that Showstopper. Kayak! He can't get it done. My God, man. PRX. He slammed that door shut in their face, said Boaster. Left to do it all from that
30
spot.
seconds left.
Completely separated from the rest of his team. Alpha and Crashies.
A mad scramble, a pivot into B, and something waiting.
Alpha.
Player standing.
Doubled up with the face now and leaves it all down to Crashies. It's on his shoulders. Gonna try and plant this one down. They claim towards it. That's a kill collected. B main cleared up,
10
but doubled up from
seconds
PRX if they play this together. Crashies under that pressure. PRX will not let it slip.
They navigate another spot where Crashies felt like he had a chance at a clutch. Something deserves a lot of credit in that round. The confidence to get back onto the angle over towards Mound allowed Forsaken to make the call to stack over towards A. It's a great read, but it's one he's not able to do without his Yoru player being supremely confident early on.
Ila, it's good, but be more confident, okay?
He's talking about being more confident in the swing towards the end. The actual positioning in the round was confident. I liked it. And it's knocked Fnatic down onto a half buy. They haven't actually had too much of a chance to use these ults either. No. The only one invested early was Kayaks. And responded with Jings.
Split up early here, doubled up onto Mound. PRX. Stomping their foot down to hit that though.
Here's that confidence again.
Trying to take it here with the outlaw in hand. Jing is going to try and stop them. rifle in hand. He's an absolute menace. And Alpha slinging his way through, but already revealed, and Jing is hunting, he wants it. Denied by Devi.
Devi shuts it down. Jing, though, he just gives a little wry smile. I've seen that look on Boaster's face before. Fnatic take attack timeout. They're getting destroyed by this disrespect of utility. The PRX players peak before the util lands for Fnatic. And Fnatic, they expect them to fight. We've seen it in previous maps. We saw it on Xbox. Devi wants a bit more confidence. Known to fail in big moments, and which team had won back-to-back of big squads. You know, maybe people would be thinking the other way around. PRX are looking good here today. They're looking confident. They're looking down to take the fights to Fnatic.
Bit of presence shown by Fnatic. That's out towards A, and then making a move on now. Now we're in your face, Patman. Be using some util, sees an nade, wraps it round the corner. My God, Kayak barely escapes.
Really nice movement though to get himself out, and Jing tucks in. So if Fnatic continue to try to be clear over towards B, Jing's ready to support.
It's hyper proactive, but they've given up the space already.
Ultimate for information. Something's going looking. Can't spot anyone just yet. Looking to try to work off this paranoia.
Two more players forsaken. He's opened the door and he's trying to step forwards. Denied them their chance. Bullets are raining down. It's a hellish scenario for Fnatic to try and get their way through. Kayak across the wall. And both players going to be stepping forwards. Alpha alongside it.
Hey, Devi might not realize that there's two players in here. Ults could come through on either side.
It's a lockdown drop down by Alpha.
Devi can save his for retake. You already know that they're going to be coming back through the Nightfall.
Pushing forwards, Alpha pushing forwards. Has to give up that space with a Prowler in his face.
It's a good plan. Open for Mound, but Forsaken.
Kayak trying to hold on to the back. There's that Nightfall, and here it is. The pressure mounting. PRX trying to put on that squeeze once more. Coming into this one with a little bit more fire, but off onto the mound. Against that Odin spam. Nothing to hold them back. Fnatic, we're in the comfort zone.
They're immaculate in the post plants. They know how to play those situations perfectly, and the one round that PRX actually allow them a bit of space on site. Fnatic deliver. Once they can get into those comfortable protocols, things are looking fine. When PRX respect the util, respect the ults, Fnatic look comfy. So the whole game plan for PRX has got to be to continue this level of fighting.
Possible in the game, bro.
Nice! Good job, boys.
Something has a glass cannon up to pull out. No ults, though, for the defending team.
Watching for it. Alpha holding, slight angle, alarm bot placed. Spotted out.
And it is Alpha's job to try to put pressure, or at least get information over towards Mound, and he's going to ping right into this, right into the op.
He swings into it. Something's handed a freebie, an easy one.
Toxin screen down.
And look how aggressive these setups are. Something getting posted on this angle. Forsaken deep over towards Rubble as well. Fnatic have no space on the map.
Oh, and PRX are eager to deny them every single inch. Pure proactivity.
Yeah, I mean, look, Forsaken alone holding towards A and doubled up on B and C. A tight forward choke point positions.
Might be about Amelia's match though. That's Util going forwards. And that paranoia, hold on, sidestepped. Kayak's hard committed. Was near sided, vulnerable though. He got to step forwards and just barely dodges. Double TPs to get the hell out of there.
But Jing immediately reinforcing the position, tucks himself into a bit of a one and done. But if Jing does get one, Showstopper is online. Patman meeting Boaster.
Oh my, Boaster!
30 seconds left.
He's cracked the code, I think, perhaps, of that.
But look at the clock. Less than 30 seconds and 3 players defending A.
Pivoting back over towards B. It's walled off, something's there, but the operator in hand has to dodge and juke and hide away here. There's a seize, just keeping him locked into place. Showstopper against the back wall. Jing!
That's it.
He's a menace!
A calm killer for PRX. That showstopper, he was positioning himself to try to get value from it over towards A, and instead, a bank shot splashes it off and picks up 2 with the AoE. What a player.
Rocketed Jing to the top of the scoreboard for his team with a play like that.
And a 4K earlier on, Bren. I mean, 2 of these rounds have just come straight from him.
Yeah.
Head in hands for the Fnatic coaching staff. But it's so predictable, these late round pivots from A to B. It's what we've seen day in, day out, and look at that! What are you going for there? On the anti-eco of all rounds.
To be going forward is relentless. It's the PRX of old.
I mean, it's a mad play.
They don't want to give up any sort of space whatsoever, but they have given up something's life.
And they've also given up the operator to Althea picks that one up. I'm not sure if Divine would be happy about that because Ilya was confident or hoping he did it on a different timing.
Blue room's been opened up as well on top of it. I believe could be some damage done towards it.
Bomb grenade out.
Careful with the operator. Attack side round called for. Slow, steady.
But it's this control over towards Mound that's just killing Fnatic right now.
Crashies just jump spotting. Sees signs of life from Forsaken. Forsaken is overstaying. Finally backs himself away. 40 seconds left.
Yeah, but then Forsaken just jump spots and realizes it's a fake, and you keep the defenders over towards A.
And Patman with the peek. It's Kayak gone. Spike drop down!
30 seconds
Raining
left.
down with the bullets. No punish in sight. Crashies is isolated on a bloody island. Patman, the rookie, with Jing by his side.
And they are getting into a rhythm. Partman with a nervous twitch in his seat, but they're up 6-3 on what could be the final map here at Masters Toronto. PRX have been staring at that trophy
Enemy spotted A.
all match long, seated between these two teams. A culmination of years of dreams. And the hunger will be fiercest now as they're closest to their trophy.
3-round lead for them. Again, aggression is the name of the game, but it's likewise for Fnatic. They're not slowing down here. All the way up through the gun. TP backing away. Kayak! Kayak tries to get it done. Rifles in hands with a spammer on the corner, and Boaster's already up there.
A change of pace for Fnatic, really getting aggressive, putting people in aggressive positions. Divide gets punished.
Misses the peak indeed. Jing's right there though, and that has stopped the plan, but he's revealed his hand, revealed his position. Plant down, pit down. Bit of covering fire. Necessary now, but it's being slowed down. The decay is kicking in.
Very tough situation for Jing and something to get back in with. They need a kill to just come randomly through the smoke.
Hot shots and RNG. What's played for here? Stepping out wide. Alpha wasn't even set up for that one there. Falling in midair, but still managed to just get control of it, get the kill. Looking for Jing is left in it. 1v3, not doable.
A really nice shift up for Boaster. Call in a quick round, instantly in on B. He knows that they've been trying to post people up aggressively over towards Mount, stacking towards A. The gap should be in this middle site. A great turn on the flash from Alpha as well. Crashies, just a piece of bait. But Alpha and Chronicle clean that one up. Still a chance for Fnatic to draw this half level, and I think that would be a major win for them. Showstopper, lockdown, big tools to work with. And they're going to try to push back these defenders on C early on. The C information has been a nightmare for Boaster to call against. And it's Divide.
Full speed ahead. The showstopper already pulled out. Kayak. Got to pick and choose your target well here, but already Divide's going to be revealed. Out towards it. Still that fuse. Waiting for it. Something gone. Taken out. Chronicle. Watchful eye towards a flank and a timing. An opportunity missed by Forsaken.
And the faster pace that Boaster's called is working wonders. Throwing Kayak in with his showstopper. Divine pinned in place over towards Pillar. And the horn from Crashy is getting huge value as well. PRX need to make an adjustment. Their game plan is excellent against the normal pace that Boaster's going to call. But a mid-round, mid-map adaptation like this is why Boaster is currently the greatest of all time.
Where are you?
Can he do enough to get them back into this game?
Patman can feel it. Nets closing round him. Timing just missed there. These guns,
They're
last-ditch
crucial.
effort. They are critical at that, Josh.
We're heading into round 12. They've got to
Ding.
force.
He's going to survive.
Oh, and he
My
does.
God.
Not able to keep his armor, though. Not that they had the money to be able to drop for a teammate anyway. Fnatic have set themselves up for a nice final round. Big rifling advantage. But ult's starting to get on the board for PRX too. Divide caught out there. Felt like he had to go for the play. Swing in front of the showstopper. And there's the horn, grabbing value too. Alpha, top of the scoreboard again for Fnatic as they try to claw back into this map. Elimination on the line.
The pace, it doesn't stop there. Fnatic are trying to take it all the way to them. But a stop to it. Try and draw it level. Jing is there and he's earned his own. Alpha! What a shot! Plucks him out of the sky, plucks him out of the picture, and he's not stopping there. There's something! He had to do it for them. It's a mad dash now and a pivot over towards C.
Boaster's got the info on where both of these players are, so he knows it's free, he knows it's safe, and Fnatic's protocols are excellent in post plants. Chronicle, he's looking for the flank. Something and Pac-Man have just got to do this without too much to work with. Haunt might come back online, but Chronicle, he's hearing this.
It's knife out for Pac-Man, he doesn't have the gun ready, doesn't have it at all. Chronicle and Boaster play time, play their lives far back.
Closed.
And they're just waiting for something to play into their open arms. Something! Something! Disgusting!
He tears Fnatic's post plant to pieces, and he's made it to the defuse with so much time. He had one way of being able to deal with that 1v2, and he took his timing and delivered. A player that sometimes struggled with nerves in big moments, but a deep breath and a big play. The Red Bull clutch pushes PRX ahead 7-5 at the half when it looked like Fnatic was about to draw things level.
The pressure is on the shoulders right now. Could be the final round, final map that we're looking at here. PRX are on the very cusp. It's up to Fnatic to answer back.
Never won. It takes greatness to even make it to grand final spots, but this team has been defined by their failures, not their successes. And this half could change the entire narrative.
Potential for a bloodbath. PRX want to go again pacey, nothing changed up, nothing switched up, double face, clone, boom bot, absolutely everything! The Boaster tucked up, he's gonna cut my setup! Him and Chronicle put a stop to it!
Launching force.
PRX with that W game in trying to burst their way through the choke. Two players though, still with tons of health here, Divine something. It is absolutely winnable.
It rebounds! Oh my!
What a perfect wallbang from Kayak.
And it leaves it all down to something in a 1v3, the pistol round essential for Fnatic. In the driving seat and more, fake with the TP, damage done to Chronicle. He's looking for barely ahead, it's reactionary, the Haunt reveals something not planned for him. And Kayak defusing, sticking half off of it. Swapping sides, something needs the kills and he needs it now. But Kayak, the safety net that Fnatic needed.
He holds his ground, believes in Crashies, and something is denied. This double hold, unexpected. Fnatic often holding softer, further back, deeper positions. And this time tucking tight with a crossfire at the choke point. And PRX step into the maw, get crunched. Look at this again though. Something forcing up the Outlaw, doing what Althea did to them. And round two, it did go the way of the Outlaw force.
There it is, Alpha, he's already wide out.
Yeah, he's picked up one of his own.
Trying to take that peek, there's a flash in your face, Kayak. None the wiser, barely gets control of the rifle in time.
Doesn't have a lot of health to be able to play with. The rifle might be better off in somebody else's hands. He's actually swapped it over to Boaster too. Faith in the leader. And that'll allow Kayak to go for more of an aggressive peak without having to worry about bolstering the PRX arsenal. Fnatic need this to be able to get back in the game. An eco round here for PRX would be devastating for Fnatic's chances. And Alpha is perfection, as he has been
Out of charges.
basically all tournament.
Up through B. Crashies. Eyes in two directions here, but he's just found the right timing on it. Jing, gone. PRX looking to group up. Up against Fnatic right now, where they're not letting anything slip, not anything at all. Chronicle. Tidy little two-piece, flawless beginnings here for Fnatic. They needed it.
Winning the pistol in the second half, winning the force in the first. It has felt like Fnatic need pistols to be able to hang in this game, honestly. And I don't just mean on Lotus, I mean across the series. PRX, they feel like they're in control of this. We said it at the start, it's almost their trophy to lose. You look at what they've done going through the upper bracket, the map veto. Double map ban. And PRX now in a round where they have the economy advantage and are expected to win.
The wall just went up. I think Chronicle's revealed his position here, and as a TP forward, Kayak defends.
Something
Blind as
going
anything.
in. Really dry there, honestly. And not a deep teleport either.
Satchel's in your face though. Alpha! It's Clay Pigeon shooting.
Plucks Jing out of the skies.
Where's he going? Gun's not down, he's right in front of you. Hold on, a bit of a misstep. Patman. Bullet to the dome there. Alpha's been dropped. Players starting to form up a bit of a barrier. Fnatic, they need reinforcements.
Boaster's rotating over with the Odin.
And a bit of spam, my God.
I don't think the Odin's going to be here in time to try to deny the plant.
Put onto this corner, Forsaken feeling like he needs to take this and take the fight straight to him. Kayak dropped through the wall. The bullet just locks down, and now a bit of patience to be played.
3v3, what an opening given to PRX. This round looked disastrous for them.
Shadows traveling.
Random spam and hopes. Flash forwards, divide with the peak. All trying to cut this one up here with the paranoia. Is picture perfect, but not the clear indeed. Boaster straight there with the Odin. Trying to trade this one out, but the bullets are running dry. And Patman and Divide not to be outdone.
Boaster's run out of time. He's run out of chances. And that could be a round that Fnatic look back on as a big missed opportunity. If they'd played that with a little more patience, I think it should have been a conversion. Pretty disastrous entries from both of the duelists on PRX. And then when Alpha stepped forwards, trying to, I think, pick up a different gun.
Yeah, I think he assumed he had a rifle, but he didn't.
Ended up giving the C site away.
Listen.
Boaster has kept this Odin though, and is looking to do a little bit of chip damage to PRX as they come through. It's not that tree sight line though.
All grouped up. Paranoia, Haunt, up and over the top. Something forced to respect it. Boaster, there it is.
He knows the angles.
Like the back of his hand. It's the first kill that goes away of Fnatic, and they need that energy.
Smoked off the turret. Chronicle's waiting for it.
They're putting pressure now across all fronts. Fnatic looking to contain, looking to maintain. Forsaken's forwards though. With rifle in hand, Boaster is out in the open. The timing does not favor him. A-site cracked open, wide for the taking.
Jing just choosing a timing there through the smoke. Catching Boaster very unexpectedly.
Chronicle's next.
Despite the aim punch, Jing on top.
One after another. All left to Alpha, yeah. All left to him to do. A 2-round lead, and PRX are sensing it now.
A little wobble to begin the half, but now the belief comes flooding back. Previously, when you've seen this squad get deep in tournaments, the prophecy, the destiny of them being the uncrowned kings of Pacific, it seems to just suck them in. It has its own gravitic field. And this time, it really feels like they've escaped it. Pacific playoffs this time.
Barely.
They were not dominating their region. They were the 3rd seed. But the train does not care about any of that.
It makes no stops. PRX are looking to send it flying over the finish line for Fnatic. They need a lifeline. All the pressure now. Boaster is in hot water. Sliding past though, he's got that bucket in hand. He's going to try and take that timing. Forced to reveal it, lining them out. Alfia does deliver, but something is right there. Crashy's open onto the sideline again. Something is just plucking these players out of the picture. And PRX finds the 10th round.
Something in his comfort zone. Delivering on these important kills, shutting down the ecos. 3 rounds left.
No.
Boaster's been in spots like that before, dejected, and still found ways of being able to turn it around. You cannot count Fnatic out until they are done and the trophy is in your hands.
But they've got to rally here and now, and that is not the best beginning for it. Alpha's gone, Kayak. Watching too many angles at once! What is that?
Something punished for those over towards Pearl. And here he comes up with the goods. Kayak tries to respond.
It's all on the rookie's shoulders, trying to shut them down. A nade! Rebounds, a bit of bullet tag. He's left down at 30 health. PRX though, forwards. Ever relentless. It's an onslaught towards the A site. There's gaps in his timing. Oh boy. Papman has found it. Stepping forwards, Crashies looking to see if he can make the difference, turn it around, jumping around. It's whimsical in nature. And PRX, maybe showing signs of the old mistakes. Clearing through, Crashies will be happy to capitalize. And 5 HP is not much to work with, and Chronicle left to pick it all up. Left to pick it all up into the 1v1. Him versus Divide. Pits online. Divide. Absolutely Divide.
The opening kill from Divide is beautiful. A great anti against Alfia, who loves to jump spot over towards C. And then he closes at the end. Rock solid. Reliable.
One enemy remains.
And stops the goat in his tracks. Chronicle on for his 4th. But a long way away at this point. PRX within touching distance. 2 rounds away.
It's being thrown together. It's a pushback that's cobbled together. Fnatic with barely any weaponry, really. Door opened up, flash through. Something's just looking for a reaction.
Boaster calling the bluff, though, realizes that no space has actually been taken in Tree. This is the kind of util disrespect we keep seeing from PRX. And it should allow them to realize that the A pressure's fake.
Door opened up, Divide.
Boaster, though, he's still keeping so many players on this side of the map. C is really weak.
He's giving up a lot of info here. It's all on Alpha. It's all on Alpha. Boaster's been cleaned. Alpha in through the back. Pot shots, feeling like risky business needs to be taken. It's all on his shoulders to try and offset. Patman gone in through the back. Chronicle, he's right there with him.
How are they making this one work?
Cutting through.
40 seconds left, still guarded in the back pocket. Precisely for moments like this, and they want to step forward. Something hungry for the kills. Lockdown even being committed. Fnatic are throwing everything at this.
Jing has an ult to be able to work with, but I don't think he can get the angle on this. The ult, though, could easily deny the defuse. Jing could send it splashing against the back here.
That's what he's waiting for. Pre-aim, Nightfall. Gone away. It's a tap onto it. Alpha's already taken out something. Best chance in a long while. And PRX, they bide their time. They don't use the ults. Fnatic are back in.
One of the more unlikely rounds for Fnatic to be able to take. But the gap now reduced to 3. And Fnatic themselves actually didn't end up committing very many ults to that. I mean, sure, they used the lockdown, they used the Fade ultimate, so 2 big ones. But they still have a pit to be able to work with on the defense side.
Perfect
Showstopper.
Let's go. Come on. Come on.
Every player on Fnatic with the raw exception of Kayak, has been in a spot like this before. They know what it takes to win.
Crassy's just trying to rally the troops. Caesar's avoided, disjointed, and Boaster is forward. PRX fully grouped up though. Night for the re-clear, flash in the face. How do you respect this one? Paranoia avoided, sidestepped. There's a showstopper, you're blinded right back. Kayak! He's got to do it all. Patman drops him in place and a deep TP forward. Something is way ahead of the curve.
Chronicle might have an idea. He's going to clear this. All depends how diligent he is.
And he's not precise enough. Chronicle is there with it in time. 2v2. Chronicle fast. Steps forwards with a snake bite. Plant is down though. Vulnerable applies and the thorns on top of it. Davai! Head not clean off. Chronicle delivers them to salvation.
Showcasing exactly the kind of skills that put Chronicle as the winningest player in Valorant. I mean, he controlled and handled this round elegantly. Big play from something again to get in behind. Bit of a fumble there, but Kayak did as much as he possibly could to set this one up for Chronicle to finish.
One enemy remaining.
Brilliant snakebite to carve up both of those players, Davai and Patman. And now it's PRX feeling a little bit of the pressure. 4 rounds in a row from round 15. They live their lives on the knife's edge. Between aggression and discipline, between greatness and failure. This one, another opportunity to fall on the right side and see if they can get up to tournament point.
Operator and a flash in the face. 9 at angle. Boaster's cutting it up close.
Pretty passive setup here from Fnatic. They don't have anybody trying to fight aggressive over towards Mound or Rubble. Much more drawing a line in the sand, deeper onto the site. Kayak's operator making a rotation east towards the A site.
One more forward.
Jump. Decoy.
Gate crash forward on top of it, something.
Fake teleport.
Long as the acknowledgement, players are moving in a different direction though. PRX set their sights towards it, they force out the pit.
Alpha, yeah, he's going to be under pressure soon, but there could be no better player for Fnatic.
Locked down onto the floor, there's a horn to deal with, and what a peak, what a timing, Alpha. Finally coming online here.
Forsaken bullies his way through Boaster though. IGL diff and gets himself in a
Getting
position.
the move on.
Alpha, yeah, though, cannot be stopped.
He's feeling himself. Patman can't do it all against the might of Alpha here. Fnatic now just need one more step.
There could not be a better player for Fnatic to be under pressure in a moment like that.
One enemy remaining.
He follows up on a Paranoia perfectly, immediately turns around, ready for a push through B main, and still manages to collect another. The passion he has in moments like that as well is inspiring to the rest of the teammates. And PRX's eco crushed underfoot. Sometimes though, these comebacks can stumble against an eco round, and PRX can take more risks in moments like this.
Forward again, flash, Prowler. Boaster's ready with it. It's already that Paranoia going to be sweeping forwards. An attempt at a response, Boaster's low. Dropped down to just 20. And the peak from Kayak though. Get the goods they're looking for.
They were expecting Jing to try to capitalize on that. Davai has been detected here in his B-lurk. Kayak's got to hit a shot.
He really does, under that pressure. There's a TP into the back of the site, he misses. Just wide. Kayak giving up that space.
A Boaster doesn't have the health really to be able to support him. Fnatic with a player advantage, but no massive ults to be able to help this retake. It is super possible that PRX can pull this off. Every fight is going to be in a good range for the Stingers and the Judge.
Close quarters. What's called for here for PRX? TP, Boaster rejoining him.
Just threatening that he could be trying to apply pressure on the flank.
So heads on the swivel right now, PRX. Gonna do it all, no breaking in a haunt. And now all the way in, Kayak leads the charge. Chronicle to the side, Kayak with safety in numbers, a full stick, and Fnatic bring it level.
not just an incredible recovery, 4 rounds instantly responded, but this round is basically flawless. Once they get into this retake, the group up, the horn not broken, the kills coming through from Kayak and Chronicle are so clean, so fast. And Alex,
Nice boys,
he
nice
must be
boys, nice boys.
thinking
Come on, come on, come on.
about the past. It's so difficult not to. Can PRX avoid the crumble, the choke?
These are narratives that have been circling, swirling around these PRX players. They cannot play into their inner demons, but Fnatic are putting up a stalwart defense. An answer back to that pace. Crashies is under the pressure. There's a nade at your feet, power into the back, flash on top of it. He needs some help, and he needs it now. Chronicle is the one to help him. And Crashies will be falling, but time has been bought, and Chronicle gliding in, sliding in.
Indomitable performance there from Chronicle. He takes Fnatic up to map point. This should have been the end. PRX had all the chances here to close things out on Lotus. A map they're undefeated on right now.
Enemy remaining.
But time after time, Fnatic's little 1-2 gameplays are allowing them to slip further and further into the lead. Now, just a narrow margin. And Alpha sending kisses across the stage to his longtime friends. Deafening everybody from Fnatic and then getting something out there. There could not be a better time for something to come out with a huge Yoru ult. He's been hot and cold with them, let's say.
Operator Alpha.
Who's next?
Look in your face, TP forwards, and that's what that dimensional drift spots it out, something. Guiding the rest of his team in.
Here.
Not far behind him, a bit of spam into the back of the box. This is it. Play for OT, play for map 5. All on the line for them. Something with the exit all the way out. Alpha's all the way in. And Chronicle just drops them in their tracks. Alpha cleans up Boaster. Left reeling.
But the 2 huge players from Fnatic dropped. Chron and Alpha gone. Fnatic are going to have to try to close with only Kayak and Crashies.
It rebounds. PRX looking to stay alive in this map. Fnatic want to send it that much deeper. TPs all around, sowing chaos into the mix. Crashies deep with the seas and a haunt on top of it. Yuto could not be even better there. But snaps to the side, Patman double dashing in. We are going the distance.
PRX forced to dig so deep. And it's the leader Forsaken who leads by example to get 4 on the board and push them through to OT.
You can kill me.
Patman as well though, hitting a great flick on the Crashies. And Crashies knows he should have been good for that. 5 in a row, but 5 is where it stops for Fnatic. 12-12. So even. A true game of greats against greats. Testing each other to the very limits.
Alpha yet on point for almost a 30 bomb.
And with the way that he's been playing, almost destined to get it in overtime. He's going to step forwards though, into a stack. Does the damage.
To dig through the wall. And now full speed ahead. Fnatic baited out, TP's in. Boaster going to be rejoining Kayak, trying to take control of this. Smart to the corner, but you're out in the open, and Forsaken and Divide collecting all sorts of kills and attempt to even it out. Kayak still has that control. PRX all the way in. PRX are the ones in control.
A dominant defensive round in OT puts PRX with their first tournament points.
And just like that, PRX 1 step away. The Princes of Pacific that were ever promised have never been so close.
It's within touching distance for them now. PRX take front B control, knocking on the door of Alpha Yez's site. As Boaster gets a little bit of pressure back towards him, over towards C as well. Another passive defensive line in the sand drawn from Fnatic. Not willing to fight over any of this map control. PRX winning a bit of that mental game. More confidence coming out from them. But it's all about the execution and the delivery. We saw in OT before, it went deep. No team was able to close out early.
Fnatic are going to be forced to dig deep here. Pressure mounting. PRX putting it on them. Alarm bot dealt with the paranoia, sweeps forwards. Alpha! Playmaker once more. Him and Chronicle. It dropped the PRX players like flies. 2. Something and Forsaken left to pick up the pieces of a round that's just not gone their way.
30 seconds left.
So much space, though, given to these two on PRX. And we've seen what they can do in difficult spots. Would be a magical conversion of a 2v4.
Cover going out.
Everything that Something and Forsaken could have dreamed of. And these 4 players from Fnatic looking simply to play spoiler.
Peace. Something, he's looking for any sort of kill he can claim.
Cover going
Risky
out.
business. And Fnatic gonna play this one smart. Patience is there, but a paranoia. Hold on, you till out into your hands. Forsaken, he's out of the fights. And Something is wrecking them from on high. PRX do it all.